Welcome back, everybody. We have officially lasted all day. My voice is still intact, which is really surprising to me. Nicholas is still talking as well. It is absolutely crazy. This day has been nothing but absolute hectic chaos. Absolutely incredible matches from some of the best players in Halo Wars 2 at 1v1s, and there's been nothing but surprises throughout this entire event. So the fact we made it this far is awesome. We're all still surviving. It's all come down to this. Okay, King of Reason, #1 Season 2 1v1 player in the world. RTS YODA VIDS, #1 beta player for Halo Wars 2, and he's continually at the top 5 leaderboards over and over again with various accounts and things like that. Both of these players are absolutely fantastic. It's going to be absolutely awesome to see this best of 5. Nicholas, what are your expectations?
I've learned to just throw my expectations out the window because I don't know if I've predicted one correct. I think Udpoo against Take Some Notes I had right, but what do you do in this situation, Pat? I don't think you can pick one person. You've got two of the best players in the world, and you just have to see how things pan out. I think guesses would be... it just wouldn't do it justice. You're just not going to guess it right, I don't think.
Yeah, I totally
actually,
agree with
you know what we should do? Go ahead, pick one. Pick who you think's going to win.
I'm scared. I don't like this, Nick.
Just
Are we
go.
doing a bet? Are we doing one of these bet things?
No, just go. Just pick.
King of Reason. That's my
All
boy.
right, fine.
Out of
I'll
nowhere.
pick YODA. One of
Okay.
us is got to be right.
Yeah, okay.
Boom. All right, so one of us is right, and we will have predicted this finals just perfectly.
Okay, so there's no bet on the line, like no pizza ordered or nothing like. Okay, cool. All right,
You already owe me several pizzas, so.
All right, anyway, so back to the event itself, guys. We're also going to be linking a couple things. A huge shout out to all of our donors and various other participants of this tournament. Huge shout out to the Discord mod team. You guys have been awesome at keeping people informed and also maintaining the chat as we explode with all of our members and size of the Discord server. So thank you for that very much. If you guys are interested, our Discord server link is in the description down below. Please check that out. Also, we'll most likely link YODA's Twitch stream in the description. In the description as well. So that way you guys can check him out. You can most certainly learn from him as he is one of the best players in the world, and he streams often. So anyway, guys, I hope you're ready for this. I know I am, Nick. We're going to jump right into Game 1 on Bedrock. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now on to the first match, the Grand Finals. We have RTS YODA VIDS versus King of Reason. Two incredible players, best players in the world for certain. We're starting off on Bedrock here. We're also going to take a look at King of Reason first as the opener. Of course, I do have to sack my base here in order to get a spectate on King of Reason's base, just because we do not have a spectator mode. So here we are, seeing a chopper come out immediately for King of Reason. Nothing strange here. Go ahead, Nick.
This is the first time we're actually playing on this map in this tournament. We haven't gotten to the third series in any of ours, so this is actually kind of exciting to see what kind of strategies can be implemented on this map right here. There's plenty of power around, plenty of power nodes as well, a lot of places for height advantage, and a lot of good places to pick up bases, but again, those bases do have disadvantages with that height advantage that can be grabbed. It's going to be really interesting to see how this game pans out.
Absolutely, man. And I think on this map, there's a huge advantage to both players here because we do actually have a cross spawn, as you see here. So they do actually have the entire map to play with here. Lots of mini bases. And in fact, knowing King of Reason, all of the bases that he can grab with his Atriox play is most certainly frightening to any player. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're RTS YODA. I don't care if you're the second best in the world. You are absolutely frightened by this guy. So as long as he abuses his Atriox base expansion craziness like he has in every other game we've seen, then I think he can most certainly pull out ahead here and be a great contender for that first place prize.
Now, Pat, as you're going to see right here, YODA has opted for the Skitterer Chopper combination. It's proved to be a pretty deadly one.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's going to most certainly be the direct counter, if not contender, to the straight-up chopper span out of King of Reason here. So, of course, I think we will be able to see a little bit of hectic craziness. It all comes down to that first engagement with the choppers. Whoever loses the most choppers first usually loses, or at least gets himself in a really bad position.
And we've also, I mean, if we look at this right now, we've got two banished players, right? So losing that chopper engagement, like you said, it is critical because you can absolutely get rinsed. I mean, they can attack your main base immediately with those choppers afterwards, as opposed to on previous maps where we've seen Cutter, for instance, who can push into the late game by turreting up. I don't think we have that in this game, at least not until they upgrade their base and get a shield on it. So if they can execute a good chopper play in the beginning and prevent that shield from coming up, the game could be over before it even begins, Pat.
Yeah,
for either
for
of
sure.
these players.
Yep, and I think right now we're seeing a little bit of play. I'm going to check the production tab here just to see what's going on. King of Reason's already got 400 power saved up, around 200 supply. I think he's kind of thinking about grabbing this expansion here on YODA's across corner. But it looks like to me like he's also just going to keep moving his choppers through these big rock formations here, just trying to find the little choke points and see if he can catch anything else off guard. Also scouting at the same time.
What do you think the strategy here is? Are they just both just picking up their resources, doing their thing? Because they really haven't done much. Okay, here's the engagement, actually. As I speak, they've got 3 choppers attacking YODA's back base, and this could be a really crucial play. No, he's going to actually back off of it. YODA does have 2 harvesters invested on that, and if King of Reason was able to take that out, that'd be a pretty devastating blow to the to YODA's economy already.
Yeah, for sure. And also on that, we also have King of Reason grabbing both mini bases on his side, on his far side. And that's a great idea, too, keeping them as far away from YODA as possible. So I think this is absolutely crucial to just maintain as many mini bases as possible, grab an expansion if you can, and just wait for that first chopper engagement. Like, say, if I was YODA, I'd want to have that first chopper engagement at my main, and I don't think there'd be any other place otherwise. And right as I say that, too, actually, King of Reason, as he always does, at the 340 mark, man, purchases 2 expansions on the far side of YODA. So right away, extremely frightening play here from King of Reason. Might as well, when you can buy one, might as well buy one, get one free.
Let me blow your mind real quick. Okay, all right. YODA has 6 mini bases.
6? That's absolutely insane.
I can't lie.
Oh my
He's got
God.
6 mini bases, and Pat, 2 of them, the center ones, actually have 2 extra spots on them, so they're a little stronger than a normal mini base. If he can execute this and get enough harvesters dropped on there, this is a huge play.
Yeah, for sure, man. And we actually have King of Reason also going across the map, grabbing the power nodes on his side, which is a good, reasonable thing to do. I'm actually really surprised that he has not engaged YODA and tried to take him on. I honestly think that he might win the chopper war if he would be able to do that, but he actually did just scout this mini base here from YODA, so I think he is at least going to pick that. It's just that, as long as he just needs to keep his chopper production going well. And as long as he keeps pressuring these mini bases, taking them out, it's going to set YODA back with every single blow. So, Nick, what does YODA have for army?
I actually think that on the opposite of what you're saying, the fact that he has so many mini bases, it is going to distract King of Reason from getting to YODA's main. And maybe he'll be able to produce something fantastic, because right now he's got raid camps going on there. He's got double raid camp on his main. So, I mean, what he's doing is he's adding a bit of a stall to King of Reason's gameplay, and he's got a bunch of harvesters across the map. It's not like he's putting power extractors down, so he's not really losing anything significant in this play.
Yeah, and what
really
I'm
like
seeing
it.
here, yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense, man. I mean, these guys have most certainly ran into each other before, as I said previously. So seeing these guys kind of play in unorthodox ways as they have against other players, that makes me think it's just because they know each other so well. So they're going to try to play out all the stops here, because there is a good jump in money on the line here. I think first place, Nick, what's first place prize pool look like right now?
First place is $150, and second place is $100. So $50 gap there.
Yeah, that's a really
You really
nice...
want to take home that first place. You are comfortable taking home $100, I'm sure, but to get $150, come on.
Yeah,
That's
man,
several
that's not
Xbox
bad.
games. That's a phone bill for 3 months. Come on, there's a
Yeah,
lot of things there.
Dude,
you want to
that's
take
like
home
a
that first
quarter of
place.
a car payment, depending on what kind of Audi you bought, right? Depending on how awesome
baby.
you are. And also, of course, also on top of that, that is a good amount of chicky tendies from McDonald's, so it's
Come
pretty
on.
exciting.
Shout out to our not sponsor.
Yeah, okay, this is bad already. Let's be careful before we get some lawsuits going on. So we have, I'm sorry, jumping right back into the gameplay from McDonald's, but what we have here is we do have King of Reason grabbing a little bit of upgrades now, just now hitting Tech 2 on his main. Then, of course, we look over each expansion, both of expansions. Let's see, one of them is already upgraded once, and his second expansion is also upgrading as well. I'm assuming that YODA either is one basing right now still, or actually just recently got his second base. That's my guess. Is that true?
He hasn't second base yet, but he's got so many different mini bases. He's still got 5 operating on the map. He really doesn't need to pick one up. I mean, it's a mini base on its own. Or, I'm sorry, it's an expansion on its own. And YODA actually messaged me before this game, and he suggested that if you upgrade grunts, they are extremely viable. And again, he's put grunts in his army composition, and perhaps he's trying to show us something here, because it seems to be working out.
That's something I'd like to see. I mean, I got right now in King of Reason's expansion, his first one. We actually do have a raid camp right now, producing some elite rangers, of course. Looks like a little bit of hunter play and Apex going down as well. I see a third augmented extractor up on his main base as well. And then on his furthest expansion, he has not shielded it yet, but of course, lots of production coming out of this guy. I'm surprised he hasn't already bought another expansion, because usually by now he just starts spending all of his cash on expansion. Oh my god!
We're about to have
Massive
an
army
engagement
there!
here.
Yep, he does
and
spot some of those units.
He actually backs up his rangers because that's not a good fight for him, and he pushes forward with the hunters and one skitterer. A little strange if I'd imagine if King of Reason gets the flank on YODA's units in the center. I mean, they're just really elite rangers there. He can rinse all of them with those choppers.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I think
A little dangerous of a play there.
I think YODA's just trying to keep all of his units together on the map here. You're going to see he's going to try to grab that middle node out of King of Reason's hands here. Not too bad. Of course, you are seeing a lot of those grunts, just like you said, Nick. Most certainly, if there's anybody who could teach us something new, it most certainly is YODA and King of Reason here. So we will see some interesting plays, I'm certain. King of Reason taking the advantage of the situation and shooting down as many mini bases as possible. Like, I think he has a kill count of at least 4, trying to continue up on that as much as he can. Now, of course, King of Reason also sitting at his first expansion with 2 suicide grunts, an engineer, hunter, and a bunch of rangers. He actually has 1 jump pack brute too. Man, I would absolutely love it if King of Reason did a jump pack brute rush. That would make my absolute night. But of course, right now we are seeing some banshees come out as well as hunters still. So many bases are still falling.
The banshee play could be very good.
There. Let me see. The hunters do focus out the choppers here, doing a great job, just trying to pick up, but missing almost every shot, man. That's so unfortunate.
Look how beefy they are, though. Even if they miss shots, they're still. Look at the range they still have on them.
Yeah, seriously.
Able to rip one off. And right now, I think YODA's got really good control of the map. He's got 4 power nodes. He's still got 6 mini bases. If I'm counting 7 mini bases, no, 6. He's got 6 mini bases, Pat. He's got really good control on the map.
Yeah, that's quite good. I mean, even though King of Reason is up 2 bases on him right now, it's still an excellent job. And King of Reason actually is seeing this power node control. Oh, wait a second. YODA's actually going to attempt to get its high ground here and do a little bit of damage on King of Reason's main.
And look at that. He's got the shield. It's a great play again, and we've seen this before by King of Reason. He really likes to implement that shield play in order to guard his units, and it's a fantastic play.
Yep, and even some locusts coming out of there too. Yep, that's actually wonderful. You're going to want that for the range, just kind of push back those banshees. Oh, we have a suicide grunt sprinting, not able to do any damage or connect. That's okay. That's totally fine. Burning a suicide grunt, free up the population.
You can catch him off guard.
I'm surprised that he put on his Nikes and sprinted that fast and that far. That was pretty good.
He's not playing around.
No, he's not. We actually have King of Reason here taking out, once again, another mini base. I'm sure King of Reason's just flying around each little spot, and he's like, what the hell? How the hell does he have every single one of these? Just constantly applying
again, he's keeping him distracted.
Nick,
he hasn't really been able to do anything.
How many bases does YODA see on the map is my question for you as well during this engagement.
He sees 1 mini base from King of Reason, and he sees 2 expos.
Yeah, okay, excellent.
Sorry, 1. Yeah, well, he just spotted the second expo, the one on his side, yeah.
Yep, and the
which has got a shield on it.
Yeah, exactly. And the unfortunate thing here is that most of the units here for King of Reason are on the side. Now, what I've noticed with King of Reason, I think the reason he double bases is that he basically sets one up for sacrifice. He doesn't care if it drops. I've seen it a lot where he just doesn't even try to defend it. I think YODA might know that. He's going to try to take advantage of this. And sometimes if he's in a position to, he can defend it, but usually he just tosses it up for grabs. He says, sure, you can have it. You know, it's made its money's worth 1,000,000 times over, so I'm not really too offended about that. Now, yeah, exactly like this. King of Reason is just sitting at his first expansion, just hanging out, because I think he probably knows he's been ahead of YODA this whole time.
Yeah, and unfortunately for YODA...
Oh, I changed my mind. Big teleport here. Oh, my God, the suicide grunts, man.
He gets an extraction, and he gets the Aatrox forward.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Saves it. So many leader powers used right there. Absolutely incredible.
That was
plays.
Absolutely incredible.
Oh,
he's able to just start rinsing his units. There's really not much left for him, Pat.
Oh, my God. And he also, the shield isn't up right now in his expo, so, of course, he does not have that to turtle with. The vehicle symbiotes with the colony drop will most certainly assist that army with the Reaver jumping away, getting to safety. Still pressuring it, though. He still has a dying breath, so he says, you know what, I could probably pick up a Wraith tank or 2. But he's going to back up. Look at the control from these 2 guys, Nick. The teleport, he was just waiting for that.
That was absolutely fantastic. And as he teleported, Pat, he so quickly brought in suicide grunts. It was absolutely incredible. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to analyze that clip a little bit later.
Yeah, that was absolutely
so much to see there.
Play of the tournament. I'd say
was that like
one of the
4
top
leader powers in that second, in like 2 second span.
He expected them to come. He dropped the Hunter's brand. The teleport happened. Suicide grunts rinsed everything. What was that? Dying breath dropped and bulwark all at the same time. Incredible plays
An
there. from both
incredible
players.
play.
Yeah, dude, I don't think my thumbs can move that quick. Like I said, he has the quickest thumbs in the entire world. King of Reason is doing absolutely marvelous here. Once again, we also have Banshee control here from, he's actually running jump back brutes around the map, jumping them from spot to spot to grab all of the power nodes. That's actually pretty funny to see. Nice
Now, does he
travel
have
distance.
that upgrade where they drop in mines behind them?
No, he does not actually. So I think his sole purpose for that one jump back brute is just for node capturing, and I do appreciate
Good
that
play.
a lot. Yeah, and this is one thing great. We saw Udpu bring King of Reason to around, was it a 30-minute game? Actually, it was a 40-minute game, if I believe right, in Game 1. So it would be awesome to see YODA start doing this in the Grand Finals as well. See if he can hold on. Of course, the entire force is already collected once again for King of Reason. Lots of, we got Hunters, Rangers, and Banshees in the mix versus that army. It is going to be a pretty even fight, if you will. Hunters already coming in a little bit, dropping NG shields, but the army really isn't underneath it. Shroud's coming to be, they are going to be a huge help on this. And of course, King of Reason just unlocked his base, got a couple more units out over the teleport. They got a teleport right on top of everything, man. He just does not
He's
care
going to try
anymore.
to split that army.
Oh my god, if you can catch some of the Wraith tanks there, catch that that vehicle symbiote Wraith tank right there. Great pickup there. Keep in mind, he also has 3 bases, so reproducing this army during this engagement wouldn't be the most difficult thing. But he also sees the count of Hunters, man. There are so many Hunters in this mix. Banshees can kill a lot of these units by themselves, especially with the engineer support there with the shield. Those Rangers do not really stand that much of a chance. Plasma Torpedo coming in, dropping a lot of those engineers very quickly, maintaining the shield control. Needs to get out of there at least just to save the units. Oh, dodge the Hunter's Brand, please. He catches 5 Banshees there.
A couple, Pat. But if you're King of Reason, stop attacking those Hunters.
Yeah.
You want those Hunters to keep that cap, to utilize that cap space, right? Go attack his main base. Go after something else. He doesn't have the ability to stop your Banshees at the moment, and don't kill his Hunters so he has the ability to transfer into something else. Simply leave them alone. They aren't going to attack your Banshees.
Yeah, and you're totally right, Nick. And also on top of that as well, King of Reason recently saving up his money. At least he had a couple thousand power. I'm sorry, yeah, he had about 1,500 supplies saved up and a lot of power. I think he's thinking about building a sizable force here, or at least buying another base sometime soon. It is unorthodox for King of Reason to have less than 6 bases at the 15-minute mark. So right now, this is pretty interesting play here. He needs to keep his unit count high so that way he can deal with this. Oh, YODA going for a mid-map cross. I'm seeing here.
Cutting across the map. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And of course, the Banshees are split from the army here of King of Reason, so that could end up really badly if Hunter's Brand is used properly in this engagement. Of course,
Hunter's
oh my
Brand
god,
was just missed.
That's right. Actually, you're totally right. So you won't have that back for
Got a little bit of time to move around the map.
Yeah, just be patient, right? Continue that. And these two players are great at being patient. Seeing a lot of suicide grunts out of King of Reason. I'm actually seeing almost 8 now suicide grunts. I think he's planning for another teleport drop onto the Hunters, so we need to keep our eye out for that. That might be something crazy to see. Of course, Hunters do not move fast enough to dodge this. As long as he can get that vision on him, dropping those suicide grunts on top of the Hunters and Rangers, he could kill 50% of that army in less than a second. Banshees are still applying a lot of pressure around the map, killing mini bases, while YODA is he's just trying to skirt around and stay alive at this point, Nick.
Yeah, if I'm YODA, I don't like the Shroud play. I don't like, I mean, I guess, you know, maybe you're trying to shield your units, but you have, so you can attack them, the Banshees, but you have Hunters. Yes. Put a shield on them or make them invisible. It really doesn't matter. They're not going to do anything to the Banshees. Once the Banshees show up to the main, which they just did, I think he's going to realize that King of Reason has this game under wrap.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, I think it's over.
You think it's over already? We'll have to see here, man. I'm telling you.
Well, he hasn't been able to lose those Hunters, Pat. He still has that unit cap. I mean, the amount of Hunters he has, if I just had to guess, it's about 6 or 7.
Yeah, I'm seeing
that
right now.
It's a lot of units not dedicated to attacking King of Reason's units. So Reason has a great advantage. I wouldn't even use Hunter's Brand on it. Go attack the main, deal some damage on power extractors, cripple him.
Yes, for sure. You know, Nick, that makes a lot of sense to me. I completely understand what you're getting at with that. One thing I will say here comes the big teleport there. Suicide Grunts rinsing every single Hunter. It seems like only 3 or 4 survive in that engagement. Of course, though, look at the army size, though, Nick. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't like that engagement,
There's not enough units here to deal with that. Maybe a Bulwark as well might have been a little helpful in that situation, because a lot of your units are going to die here. Oh, because the Banshees have just now rallied up, Nick. He knows that
but
with
you don't want the Banshees to attack.
Oh, missed the Hunter's Brand again.
No, it's a...
Oh, he got.
Oh, no, you're right. It was bad angle. It was a...
Oh, eradication coming down.
Beam.
Oh, no, those dudes didn't come out. Oh my god, the timing on that was so good. So many units just melted.
Rinsed him.
Beam,
what
man.
a prediction.
Oh my god, saving that for the best moment possible. All he has is hunters, a couple rangers, and grunts in the mix.
Now run. Get away.
He's gonna stay.
Go attack the main. Leave those hunters alive.
Oh my god, if you just pull back and defend your base, make sure you keep the rest. You make some more rangers and keep them in your shield. You are gonna easily hold this off. I would even fly those Banshees right to the front door of RTS YODA and just try to do some damage if I were King of Reason right now. I think he might actually be opting for something like that.
What is taking so long?
I think he's just kind of, once again, Nick, these
go.
players know, man. They know when to push, and they know only to push when they're going to win. So, as long as they maintain that, they're going to be in a good spot. Just skirting away from those units is extremely crucial. So many expos from YODA. YODA has he's just done such a good job of always purchasing every single mini base he can possibly find, man. I am so in love with that kind of play. I've never seen so many mini bases controlled at the same time. Now, one thing I also want to talk about, since King of Reason has been repurposing and rebuilding his entire army, he actually has not expanded for a while. He has to keep making units to maintain this pump that YODA has. And the second he gets another base, I honestly think the second a fourth base hits the ground, I think he will have the game, just because the production will just be too strong against YODA. And I think he could also just try to fly around the map. Nick, does YODA have a second base? He must by now, right?
No. So, no, YODA does not have a second base. You cannot substitute mini bases for main bases. You just can't. You can't put a shield gen on it. You can't defend with it. So, I mean, I see what you're saying, that maybe if King of Reason drops a fourth base, it's done, but I think it's already been done.
Yeah, I can see your point.
You just got to attack that main. I think he's focusing too much on these side bases.
Yeah, and the army comp is most certainly fantastic out of YODA. But just the fact that King of Reason has every single upgrade in the book, he has every single army upgrade, he has 120 population available at his fingertips, 3 bases with shields on it, fully producing units at all times. He could easily regenerate an army within minutes.
We've got we've got YODA pushing back towards the center of the map. Looks like he's gonna try to gauge this expansion on the left. No, opts to walk right past it. Not exactly sure. Maybe he's low on power. Let's check our production tab.
Oh, great Hunter's Brand! No one's paying attention. So many Banshees just got one shot. I count 6 Banshees that are one shot right now. Excellent Hunter's Brand there. Even a couple of grunts upgraded could do it, man.
Doesn't have the units to finish him off, Pat.
No, that's okay. He does, though. He has, dude, even 4 or 5 Reavers could most certainly apply the pressure. But, of course, engineers at King of Reason's main base will most certainly help with that.
You got to be there when you utilize Hunter's Brand.
I see what you're saying. Saving teleport and maintaining these 2 bases is really in his favor, because he could just teleport on top of any army at any place in this little stretch of space. So he is doing an excellent job of just keeping all of his army composition the direct counter to YODA. And as long as he maintains that, man, there's not much YODA can really do to break out of this awkward one base all in slump. Now we see a big engagement potentially coming out here as well. Lots of hunters. Man, I'm telling you, 5 units just walked out of the main base, or I'm sorry, the expansion here. It's just absolutely crazy, the production in terms of that.
There's a huge engagement.
Yeah, Dying Breath.
I think he dropped Dying Breath on that.
Oh, teleports to the opposite side with the juke. Just to get a little bit aggressive here, trying to apply the pressure with the bulwark drops as well. Suicide grunts, all these units will fall, man.
And this is where Aatrox really plays. Well, then you got Colony on the other side, who drops a nice swarm there.
Yes, but there are just
he gets a couple of invisible units.
120 population versus a 1-base Colony player is not good for YODA right now. Trying to jump Reavers out of the range here, but all the pressure coming down right there. So many units get one shot. All the plasma torpedoes going down on the engineers just to spite him. Man, Hunters do a lot of damage to Hunters, it seems. Rangers also keeping up with the pack of infantry units here are going to do a lot of damage as they run away, because Rangers do have to face the other direction to shoot. It does look like the Banshees will just chase him down.
He's going to chase him back to the main.
YODA is retreating.
That's what it's got to be.
As far as he possibly can to try and stay in this game with his army. 1 base all in play is not going to pay against King of Reason, the King of Expos. Quickest thumbs in the world. Doing an excellent job here applying this pressure onto YODA game 1.
Is there any way for? Well, he's not attacking. Okay, so he's gonna go for that secondary.
Yeah.
I mean, that mini base. There's no way, right? It's over.
I think
we're moving on to game 2.
On 1 base versus a 3-base Atriox, I don't think that could potentially happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially after that army drop. I don't care if you have Advanced Logistics 3 and you have 6 buildings that are producing. You just don't have enough supply saved up, generally speaking, to make an army quick enough for this. So I don't think he's gonna be able to come back from this situation as of right now.
Pat, just to remind you, this would be YODA's very first loss in the tournament. Is he still in it? I mean, of course, it is a best 3 out of 5, But this is a dominating performance by King of Reason. There was, without a shadow of a doubt, this game was King of Reasons from the very beginning. When YODA opted to pick up 7 mini bases, while he was doing that, Reason just picked up 2 actual bases,
Yeah,
and you can't
exactly.
substitute the 2. I mean, you saw how that shield came into great play. If I'm looking at Reason's base, he's got 4 shields on that one, or 3 shields and a sensory tower. Same thing with the other one. You can't beat that.
Yeah, there's just not much you can do in the situation. As YODA, I mean, the Air Force is just too strong here. Also, out of King of Reason, he's got anti-infantry, he's got anti-vehicle, he's got anti-air with a plasma torpedo. Banshees are just too strong for this certain situation, I think. Yeah, it looks like 4th base is going down, Nick, so my hunch might be correct. King of Reason might take the game right after he drops his 4th base, just to kind of put the nail in the coffin once again into YODA. Let's see, he's actually going to buy potentially a 5th base here if he's feeling like it. He decides not to. He's just flying around the map, making sure that he demoralizes
He's double checking
YODA.
everything.
Yeah, exactly that. So in this position, I'd be so sad just trying to.
Well, not even demoralizes him, but he wants to make sure he doesn't get caught off guard, right? He doesn't want a full pop base, a base full of locusts to just drop onto his main or anything while he goes for the last engagement. He's just making sure, and it's amazing how cautious and conservative these players do play at times.
Yeah, so true. Especially when you think they have the whole game in the bag and they could just push up and win. They
Yeah,
only want to push
several
when they
times
know.
over, I would have rushed. I would have followed those hunters back to the base and attacked the main.
Yeah, I would have lost
No.
all my units by now too. If I was playing a King of Reason's position, I'm just not at the caliber of player that these guys are. Just constantly knowing when to push. So many incredible plays too, man. Like say the quadruple teleport into like 5-liter power situation. I don't
That's
even
fantastic.
know, man. It's just like I said, he's just so fast at everything he's doing. Of course, they do have combat repair on all of the colony units. A lot of Reavers here coming out, but man, as I've tested recently, man, Reavers just cannot handle fully upgraded Banshees under any situation.
Gonna
Lots of
drop
Rangers
them
there. Oh, but great
closer.
jump there too. That's wonderful jump. YODA is going to spot this expansion here from Reason as he opts to expand here. Oh, he's going to lose a Banshee. Oh, unfortunate there. Missiles do catch from such a long range. But of course, that does also give King of Reason an opportunity to free up some supply and rebuild an army comp that is closer to YODA's situation. He looks like he's already
Looks
filling
like
up
he's
his
gonna-
supply as well. Oh, yep.
He's going to opt to self-destruct that one. He doesn't really need it. I mean, what he's trying to do is just choke out YODA and make sure that he has no possible way of picking up an expansion. If he does pick up an expansion and gets a couple shields on it, Pat, then that could change things. But I don't think he's in a position. He's playing super conservative. He's walking back towards his center mini base, and he's going to try to pick it up. But you can tell that just the indecisive play this late in the game just shows that he's not in a position to really capitalize on anything.
Right. Yep, here comes another big engagement. Ooh,
And-
Eradication on the army. Bulwark on the army. I'm sorry, not Bulwark. Dying Breath. There's Eradication doing a good amount of damage to the outskirting units here. Lots of hunters coming in. There's the
Yeah, there's
Bulwark on top of the
Bulwark.
Banshees to save him. He doesn't even care. He's just going to kind of stomp down this last army here from YODA. Not even using the Bulwark to his advantage. Just going to keep pressuring everything. YODA has to retreat. He has a Hunter Captain out. I still don't think he can officially push this base here with the situation
No,
at hand.
he can push his base. He needs to.
Lots of missiles here coming out of Reavers. Going to potentially
looks
get
like he's
this
wrapping
Banshee.
around.
No, Banshee will survive here. Yes, it does look like his army is going to be skirting around towards the upper part of this cliffside here. Going to keep producing his units. Let's see what he's got here. He's already a full pop once again. 120. Even in that engagement, I bet you YODA lost half his population, and still we have King of Reason maintaining a lot of things. Definitely Shrouds coming in.
What
huge
you're looking
handy.
at, YODA's, that's his population right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all he's got
YODA's
left.
just
I think he's
handing-
forfeiting right there.
Yep, he's handing everything over. He says, you know what, just take it, whatever, man. He's got a Hunter Captain to garrison. That right there could win him the game. There's a Hunter's Brand missing a couple
Poor
units
Hunter's
there.
Brand right there.
Yep, just need to siphon that Hunter as quickly as possible, man. You definitely need that. Oh my god, dude. Hunter Captain, so strong against all these units. All these units will focus them down. But this thing isn't going to do anything. There's no way. King of Reason, once again, subduing his opponent to the point, suffocating the map, so he has nowhere to run and just taking advantage of YODA in game one.
And on YODA's side, we've got 5 units left. It's all said and done. That's
And
the
there's the
resign.
resign right there.
Game
we're
number
gonna,
1.
We're going to take a quick look here at the post-game stats tabs and see what everything looks like. Let's see why exactly our boy King of Reason did come out here and take sort of a lead. Of course, you see 15 bases built from RTS YODA VIDS, and you see 15 bases destroyed from King of Reason, always constantly paying attention to those mini base expansions and shutting them down. And then, of course, even with all those mini bases, guys, just like Nick said, they are not comparable to 2 expansions. Right here we have 41,000 supply, which is by a landslide better than a 1 base pump. 29,000 power. Once again, pretty significantly better. Units built and units destroyed, once again, all significant. So anyway, guys, after this match, we are moving on right into game number 2.
Welcome back, everyone, to game number 2. Pat, we saw a dominating performance from King of Reason. Does YODA have it in him to steal a game here? I think if it goes down to 2-0, I think it's all said and done for YODA. If he can sneak out one of these games right here, and preferably this one, we might have a bit of a longer series on our hand, but I think it might be... It's definitely shifted into King of Reason's favor. What do you think?
I think you are totally correct here. I think this map here, Badlands, most certainly encourages turtle play, and both of these players are incredible at the mid to late game, so I think we're most certainly going to see some craziness happen if both of them opt for late game. And I think even if one of them decides for an early rush, they might put their own nail in their own coffin just because the other player will be ready for that defense. Looks like YODA already opting for a chopper. Pretty basic stuff. He always goes, actually this one he's going chopper, skitterer off the opener here. And I think he's going to opt in for some kind of a chopper skitterer rush. Go figure.
Yeah, why not? You are Colony. You've got to go with what's given to you, and that seems to be a pretty popular play. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen any Skitterer Engineer combo. I think that would be a pretty interesting one, and a pretty effective one, actually, against the Atriox chopper play, Pat.
Yeah, for sure, man. And we're actually seeing an Extractor third here for YODA. We might be looking at a double Extractor on the main base build. That's something I'd be okay with seeing. Like I said, encouraging that turtle play. Neither player should get super aggressive. But of course, at the same time, if YODA is too turtley and too defensive, guess what that means? That means King of Reason is going to quadruple expand and just take over the map. So you really have to weigh your pros and cons here. Can you take out King of Reason? You have to focus those expansions and try to get him totally caught off guard. And if you manage that, then I think you can truly pull out a victory.
Fortifications is so deadly, Pat. And the fact if you really don't knock Atriox off right away and he's able to gain map control like King of Reason has done over and over again, I just can't see a Colony player beating Atriox. I think Atriox was destined in Season 3 to actually win this tournament. I think he's the best player in 1v1s, and I just can't imagine Colony being able to pull it out. Aside from YODA's skills, I'm sure he could match him if it was Atriox, but Colony Atriox, I just don't see it. I think it's a bit of a disadvantage from YODA's perspective.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, man. I think that's just the case. If we're able to see... I mean, I still think that Colony still has a chance, truly. It's just that the extra bases, man, they have to be shut down somehow. And if
you have to win immediately, right?
Yeah.
You have to push up and attack that main.
King of Reason's just so good at that.
You can't let Atriox take control.
Yeah, I mean, how are you going to shut down? I mean, that's the King of Reason play. What you do is, like I said, you buy 2 expansions for 1. And once you buy 2 expansions for 1, what you do is you just sack 1. I don't care if that one goes. If you can save it, great. If you can't, whatever. I have 1 expansion up and running quicker than what you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we're
seeing, one of them acts as a distraction, if anything.
We see 3 mini bases coming out from, 2 mini bases coming out from YODA right away. So we got a triple pump going on of choppers, if need be. So YODA is actually doing that right now. He's producing some choppers because it does look like King of Reason is already floating across the map with some choppers. Just to apply that early pressure. Ooh, watch out there, YODA. Yep, saves that 1 chopper out of the mini base. That's very good. Just trying to constantly maintain map control here is all they need to do.
It is crucial to keep these choppers alive, right? They do cost a significant amount compared to, to the Jackrabbit play in Season 1. It costs 245 with a little bit of power in there. You definitely don't want to lose it, because if you lose 2, Pat, you could have expanded with that money, right?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You really do want to keep them alive in this early part of the game, and it really sets a tone for how you're able to control the map in the early stages, which we've said over and over again is absolutely crucial.
Yeah, for sure, man. And right now, see, we're seeing YODA kind of once again play a little bit more passive with his starting units, just keeping them around, grabbing every single supply crate on the map, trying to get as much eco for himself as possible. Anything that benefits him is important. And at the same time, he's not looking for that engagement with the choppers from King of Reason. He just doesn't want to see that. And it looks like he will lose 1 chopper here, caught off guard.
Right there.
Looks like, do I see shrapnel rounds too? Out of him? I don't know.
I believe so.
Yeah, King of Reason. Oh, we see vehicle symbiotes come out of the choppers.
Run.
Okay, that's good. That's actually very good, because vehicle symbiotes on YODA's units here, YODA's choppers, will come in a little bit stronger to the engagement, even though he has less. That might benefit him it could benefit him greatly if he micros properly.
Well, here's a pretty good engagement right here. This will pretty much determine.
Yeah, look, there we go. YODA's got
like
shrapnel, actually.
He does have shrapnel. He's got He's got skitterers.
Ooh, just chasing
He's
him
got the
down.
vehicle symbiotes.
Yeah, make sure you micro that one-shot unit out of the way there. YODA with a great pullback.
Wow,
Look at that.
play.
Jesus Christ. Everything like this, boys. If you ever want to just see how to handle an early game engagement, YODA knows how to do it right here. Pulling back that one shot, keeping the pressure on. Oh, just a couple of those shrapnel rounds will catch that one chopper. Pick him up, pick him up. Oh, he's got to get it. Oh, he gets the chopper.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Huge split on the army here. Choppers versus choppers. This is absolutely crazy, man. I absolutely love this. Great control here from YODA, showing that he still is a definite contender in this tournament. King of Reason might be undefeated, but that doesn't mean he can't be slain here. Nick, it's about 4 minutes 50. Any expansions?
You already know what's happening. Yeah, King of Reason's 10 seconds away from expanding to a second base. It's the one that's right down the hill on the left-hand side.
Right.
It's again the same kind of play, but it looks like, and tell me if I'm wrong, YODA's kind of taking control of this game.
Yeah.
King of Reason just tries to pick up his third expansion, again, with that play, the mentality that you said, I'll lose one to keep the other alive.
Exactly. And that's another thing, too, Nick, that I didn't think about. If King of Reason loses all of his chopper defense, what's going to save his base? You know, there's not much that can protect all these expansions, so that's probably why he's opting for a third one, just to hopefully stall YODA so long that he can get a good army up. But YODA, of course, gets spotted by that Garrison Grunt there. That's a great play there from King of Reason, just getting the vision on the map. And YODA has so many shrapnel round engineered choppers that he can just constantly apply this pressure. Now, that's exactly what I would do, man.
I think YODA's got to push.
Yeah, YODA has to push right now. He has to try to melt some bases. Oh, shield gen coming up right there, YODA. You have the opportunity. YODA does scout and see that there's nothing there. Pop that shield generator, man, if you focus it. There we go.
YODA's in absolute control here, Pat.
For sure.
King of Reason has 3 choppers.
That is wonderful, actually, because that means that he can... Oh, I actually see another vehicle symbiotes dropping down. There are a lot of choppers in this mix of vehicle symbiotes at this point. I see 4 right now. So YODA's doing everything right.
Yeah, YODA's playing this one absolutely perfect right now. King of Reason, it looks like he's opting. And again, this is a smart play on a Reason side. He's getting attacked on that base. He's going to try to pick up, or that secondary base, he's going to try to get up and going. But also, he's not going to utilize his choppers in the engagement against the other choppers because he'll lose. He's going to go try to pick off one of these side mini bases. It's a great play.
Yeah, for sure, man, because every little second counts here. And he's also sending like one engineer at a time to his base to at least try to heal it up a little bit. I think if he was able to micro around, he could do a great job. I think YODA has just noticed that King of Reason is pushing up on one of his mini-base expansions. That means that he will be able to at least know that he's going to lose a mini-base and prepare accordingly. At the same time, though, I'm going to hit back. Looks like YODA's just about in a reasonable range to start investing in an expansion. I really wish that YODA would expand right now in his forward position, because every base up on King of Reason is such a huge help, because King of Reason has 2 more mains, doesn't he? 2 more expansions running right now.
Unfortunately for King of Reason, his economy is gone.
Oh,
you were
no.
seeing barely anything on his base. It
Oh,
took
hit the
him a
shield
while.
generator. He could get the shield gen up right now if you don't focus it, YODA. YODA will get the pick on that for sure.
Might get it.
Oh my god, it's going to have to spin around before it activates. Oh, the slowest rotation in the world. Oh, he picks it
Oh
off.
my goodness. He
Goliaths are
takes
being
it out
dropped
just in
too
time.
here, too. You
Again,
see that?
Pat, King of Reason has no economy. Right now he's got about 500. It's not looking good, especially considering that he has lost both expansions. He's going to engage with these choppers, and he's going to, without a doubt, lose them.
Oh my
I
god,
think we're
this is
looking at,
crazy.
he's got hunters in this mix.
Hunters
so
just showed up. Focus the base. You have to focus the base. You can't deal with these hunters right now. You have to get that expansion if you're able to. The base being one shot. Oh my god, I would not be dealing with these hunters right now. With the bulwark too, exactly that, man. If you would have been shooting at that base, ignore the hunters, please. Just pick off the expansion here. Thank you. He finally turns and shoots it.
He might get that shield gen up in time.
No,
It's going to be close.
No. He ignores the... No, he's ignoring the base. The shield gen will come up. Shield gen
gets the
comes up
shield
in
gen.
1 second. No, YODA, you got
Now
to focus
Yoda's
the
gotta
base.
back off the engagement.
Oh my
what a
God,
play by
how
King
in
of
the
Reason.
world did that
Not
just
giving
happen?
up in any way.
Oh
Wow,
my
what a
God,
play.
That was so incredible. I've never seen something so absolutely bonkers happen. Absolute one-shot base with the shield gen coming up to save it. YODA must be a little pissed off right now. That would be so
He's got to be kicking himself, right? You had to kill that base. As soon as the hunter showed up, Pat, there's no reason to ram them with your choppers. No reason to even shoot them. They will kill you. Attack the base. You had it with no shields. King of Reason now picking up a 3rd base. I think King of Reason might be taking control of this game again. And I for sure thought it might have been over.
Yes, of course, we're seeing YODA right now. He just had a good amount of supply and power, but instead, I just want him to buy a base, man. I think if I could critique one thing,
He only on one base?
He's still on one base right now, man. It's almost
He's
10
gonna
minutes into
lose
the
everything
game.
in the center.
Don't go into this engagement, man. He will be able to at least deal with it just from all the grunts he has. Of course, YODA, being the grunt king here, will be able to push back everything here. At least the hunters. So many engineers, man. There's not much you can do. I think he has them upgraded as well, so he is doing a great job just applying that pressure. Constantly pressuring those hunters. Oh, trapping some here. There's a base sack there from King of Reason there. That's pretty smart. Don't want to lose any economy there. Just look at the split, man. He's just rinsing these hunters, chasing him down. He doesn't even care. Oh, if he get the ram off there on that hunter. Okay, doesn't even need to. Man, the damage that the grunts do to them, Nicholas, that's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, he might be onto something there with that.
Yeah, that's for certain. Like grunts are the hard counter to hunters. I've just learned something new. It sounds like to me. Also looks like YODA is trying to scout. No, for sure.
Don't have to make a barracks for it. You just pump them out of your main. It's a good play. I'm really enjoying that play.
Yeah, it's genuinely surprising. YODA also scouting the third base expansion slot for King of Reason here, and he sees that there is no base there, so he knows that he's got King of Reason down to 2 bases potentially. I also know King of Reason, being a sneaky person he is, could also have bases on YODA's side at any moment. So something reassuring as well is that YODA did purchase his base about 30 seconds ago with first expansion, knowing that he does have a solid hold in the game at the moment. I think that's a very wise play. Maybe a little earlier might have been a little more ideal, but of course with the units he did spend all that money on, he was able to hold off the hunters. So pretty good plays.
Now, an interesting play on King of Reason's part. He's got quite a few suicide grunts, and I can see them jumping into that play if YODA's able to get all of his units together. It could do a lot of damage there.
Yeah, for sure, man. And what it looks like to me here is that it looks like YODA is potentially thinking about pushing up and applying pressure here. He does have 3 Veteran Star 2 Goliaths here, so he is going to potentially take down some buildings with these, if not use them as giant meat shields. He is going to experience a little bit of kickback here, I guarantee it, from King of Reason here as he starts to pressure this base. A fully upgraded base is definitely frightening. YODA doing a great job here.
I'm curious to see how King of Reason reacts to this, because his units aren't near that base. His units are more towards the secondary.
Yeah, uses Hunter's Brand, not on units. Instead, he actually decides to use it on the main base. Ooh, I wonder if he could focus. Oh, a shield gen coming up. He knows King of Reason so well. Opting in for another shield generator there. Will be able to
King of Reason's about to engage this, Pat.
Oh, geez, he's coming
in from the front.
Oh,
and he's got suicide grunts in that mix. As soon as he clicks them, Pat, they're just going to jump into that action.
Oh,
he's got Dying Breath.
Dying Breath is such a good play for this situation. Of course, he is going to be able to defend that shield gen. Look at that. King of Reason puts the shield gen up where his army is. Look at that absolutely incredible play.
It's a great play.
Just constantly defending as much as possible. Air shots coming out from the Reavers here. Engineers will not be able to tank for too long. Oh, but YODA's opting for engaging this, but the suicide grunts are going to do so much damage, man. He's still got 3 more in this situation. YODA, you need to get out of here, man. So many suicide grunts connect. So good here.
Fantastic play with those suicide grunts.
Suicide grunts definitely underrated in this situation. Definitely just melted all of the grunts here from YODA. He's got about 5
Are we looking at YODA's
left.
only units right there?
Those are YODA's only units at the moment. A lot of grunts trailing back across the map. YODA is frantically at his expansion. Self-incting, starting to throw down a double Apex. Of course, very essential in the situation for certain. Oh my god, I see a triple Apex War Council coming out of YODA right now.
How many bases does YODA have?
YODA has 2. I guarantee you King of Reason has 3. That's my number 1 guess. He has 4 bases.
Just picked up 4. Yeah. He's utilizing every open base on his side of the map, and he's doing it pretty effectively.
That's just absolutely insane, man. So much control from King of Reason as well. Taking advantage as much as possible, just constantly produce these units. Look at that, he's skirting Reavers and Rangers across the map as I see there, doing a great job. Grunts are currently taking out power nodes here for YODA. The first time he's actually attacked the power node in front of his base. Ranger will be taking the power node across from the opposite side. YODA, I think a little too late on the expansion there. I cannot believe he did not pick off that base, Nicholas. He did not have to engage those hunters. All he had to do was pick that base and run away, and he would have most certainly been in a much better spot. With that shield coming up last second is just so annoyingly awful. YODA must be a little mentally messed
tonight,
up.
Pat.
What's that?
YODA might have lost the series because of that.
We may see, because he had probably one of the best footholds on the game that anybody has had in King of Reason so far by killing his entire chopper army and immediately applying that pressure. So what I think we need to see, again, if YODA is doing this again, it depends on how he's going to do against King of Reason's 4-base play right now. Next game is definitely going to have to be something similar. You have to beat the chopper army, because it most certainly will be smaller than yours if you invest more into it. and then find those expansions and start taking them down one by one before those shield gens pop, because that is how you're going to take the victory here. YODA taking advantage of the downtime to fly around and start grabbing mini bases and expansions on the map. Absolutely crucial play. We're seeing about 6 Banshees on the map, 1 Shroud, and a bunch of Engineers here to help out the supporting Grunt and Goliath armies. So lots of good things here coming out of YODA. Not sure if it's going to be sizable enough to hold off any impending attack here from King of Reason.
And instead of going for those mini bases, Pat, I'd rather see him pick up Expos. It's only 500. Pick up 2 mini bases, 200 apiece. Just go ahead and grab that Expo. You need it right now during this downtime. We all are aware that King of Reason, I think even YODA's aware, that King of Reason has 4, probably moving into that 5th base pretty soon here. You've got to start out resourcing him, and you're not going to do it with mini bases. We saw it last game.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you know, it's almost like he's hearing you through party chat, because YODA did just drop down a 3rd base here, which is incredibly crucial.
Thank goodness.
You need that to happen as much as possible, just because you never know how you're going to pull out ahead. Like, how are you going to try to keep up with somebody who has 4 bases? Try to go for 3 and then make a bigger army. You know, take advantage of that production time that King of Reason will have to use to soup up his army and actually make some more buildings on his bases. So YODA's doing a pretty good job here.
Yeah.
Nick, what's the army composition look like over there?
Yeah, just as you're saying, we've got a little bit of a mix of everything. I like the Suicide Grunt mix that he's got going on. He's got a bit of Rangers. He's got some Reavers, Hunters. Again, what we're noticing with these 1v1 gameplays, Pat, and this differs quite honestly from my gameplays, it's such a variety. I like sticking with those simple, you just go straight Banshees, get Engineers in there, and you stick to one type of unit, right? You stick to all air, or you stick to all ground. In this case, they've got Banshees, they've got Reavers, they've got Rangers, they've got Hornets. I'm sorry, Hunters, not Hornets. It'd be absolutely crazy, though. So you see the army composition is just all over the place, and maybe this is what maybe this is what Ones is all about, bringing a bunch of different units and then being able to maneuver, right? If you're being overwhelmed on one unit, you've got Apexes all around. Go ahead and make Banshees. You have the infantry pads, the raid camps. You switch to that. So having the accessibility to change between unit types, it's crucial in Ones.
For sure. And YODA starting to call in. He actually just called in a colony drop to add the best thing about the colony drop here, YODA knows all about it, is he gets to vehicle symbiote, a massive variety of vehicle units here. You get some locusts in the mix, some wraiths in the mix, you get a reaver in the mix, and it really does help out overall. Say if you got an extra you got an extra good bit of supply, I think it's around 30, then what you can do is you just hit a button, you spend a bunch of money, and then all of a sudden you have a bunch of variety in your army. So YODA most certainly is taking advantage of that. YODA's starting to move across the map and also start taking more power nodes that haven't been touched. Nick, how many Reavers does King of Reason have in his army?
About 4.
About 4. Hey, that's solid. That's reasonable.
I do like the fact that during these build-ups of their composition or their army composition, right? They utilize these Banshees, and he's gonna waste a Hunter's brand right there.
Oh my God, so good.
And you notice how they take 5 or 6 Banshees that do a great amount of damage, and they attack things with them instead of keeping them in their army. And he's probably gonna lose all of them in that engagement.
Yeah, getting plasma
the overwhelming
torpedo
amount
at
of
the perfect
Banshees
time,
might
too.
cause some trouble.
Yeah, for sure.
For King of Reason.
YODA is most certainly just opting in for as many Banshees as possible. When in doubt, Bansh it out, if
Don't-
you will.
I don't like the fact that he brought those forward.
Don't engage
Gonna
that.
get them rinsed.
Oh, Reavers are
No,
going to get a little weak
I
here.
really think you should engage that, Pat. Those are all of his Reavers right there. If you engage that, we've seen time and time before. Maybe these players aren't aware of it, but Banshees will outpower Reavers. They put it by King of Reason. He drew the Reavers out of the shield. That was the time to pick them off. Now they're going to go back into the double shield and hide.
Yes,
I think
exactly
that was
like
your
that.
chance to take it out.
Yeah, and I think YODA's also realizing that as well, because he is starting to push out, keeping the Banshees up front, making sure they take the bulk of the first shots. Need, of course, plasma torpedoes to fly out first before you can pull the Banshees back and just kind of sit them in the middle of your army. Make sure they're not the focus of your enemy's attack. Not overextending here too
I like
much.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. That all comes from the colony drop, getting 2-star veterancy wraiths. Going to start moving out across the map, taking power nodes while he's at it, sending those grunts that he loves so much. Grunt Lord YODA is slowly taking over the map as well. He's got 4 power nodes now.
Engaging.
Oh, but wait a second. Oh, this could be bad if half of the army here is just caught out in the open. Keep the Shroud alive. No, there comes the Bulwark. Oh, he's just going to... Oh, no. Eradication could kill
what
everything.
What a beautiful
right
eradication.
There. Oh, my
Wow.
God, man. I've never seen
What
such a deadly
gorgeous
drop
eradication.
there, man.
He lost all of his units.
Every single unit is dead for YODA except for 2 units on the map here. We got 2 Banshees
King of Reason
flying
hasn't
back.
lost anything, Pat.
Oh my god, that
Pushing
is
up.
so
It's time to take
insane.
control.
YODA is down to 17 population right now.
His economy like?
His economy is looking solid. He's got 2,000 supply and about 1,500 powers. Already spending everything.
Yeah.
I think he knows that loss is imminent here. Losing everything, that eradication. Of course, the slow speed of his units. Eradication is just so strong. He couldn't turn away out of the beam because if he were to just keep going, or if he would have turned around out of the beam, he most certainly would have had to face every single unit there out of King of Reason's army, and I'm sure he has every single upgrade in the book. Look at that. All 3 nodes in YODA's control are being attacked. Banshees are attacking YODA's Expo. King of Reason capitalizing on everything, man. I can't believe that eradication beam is so strong and killed every single unit in YODA's army. Absolutely crucial move there from King of Reason.
Now, Pat, we've talked about how King of Reason has fantastic microing ability. He's also got fantastic macro ability. He's not putting his ground units with his air units. He's splitting them across the map, attacking things in order, or at least how they should be attacked. He's got the Banshees attacking bases because they do great damage, attacking mini bases. Meanwhile, he's got his ground units with Reavers in that mix in case Banshees show up, picking up those power nodes, and he's keeping them at a safe distance so when he needs to engage, he can. It's fantastic.
No, for certain, man. And that's just gotta, once again, like, you get to learn every single thing possible from these players in these games just because there are so many. If you had a notepad next to you and you were taking notes, but not actually taking notes in the tournament, I mean like physically taking notes, you would actually have a plethora of things written down on your piece of paper. You'd have to get a couple pieces, maybe even a whole notebook, and just constantly write down everything you're learning because there are so many new strategies coming out from these players with every move. So many new techniques, little things you can learn, pinches, strategies. Like I said strategies twice because they're so prominent. Absolutely great plays from both players. Learning so much from them. Even myself, Nick, I could make a book on the things I've learned from this match by itself.
I plan on going back and watching this several times over.
Yes, for sure. And
I got that champ rank, Pat, but I'm not this level champ. So I gotta take some of these strategies, figure out what they're doing, and then implement my own strategies to help me get to a different level. And I think everyone can do it.
Oh, for certain. Like I said, you can learn so much from these players just watching the games that they are participating in. Combat Repair coming out for YODA. Looks like he is opting for a full pot Banshee mix. Once again, we saw that King of Reason was not going to push in that situation. He was actually just going to hang back and wait. You know, just wait until he can for sure overpower. Looks like big Banshee fight here is going to be the Battle of Britain here once again. Over this mini base here. Lots of air units exchanging plasma torpedoes. Giant mix here. Where's the Hunter's Brand? Oh, doing the dying breath on purpose, I'm sure. Will certainly give him a bit of advantage. It always seems like he has dying breath in his back pocket, dude. They're just going to chase these Banshees down.
Regenerates very quickly.
Oh, it's so fast. And look at all these units here. There's the dying breath enacted. YODA just trying to get all these units one-shots that he can. Look, he is doing great, though. He is most certainly coming out on top in terms of numbers. But he needs to focus all the full shield ones at least. Get the one-shot, save those for later once the dying breath does wear off. Oh, but the Bulwark there going to save a couple. He's investing a lot into this engagement. But of course, YODA with the combat repair is just so helpful. Constantly having his units heal up here, losing every single Banshee in this engagement.
Looks like he's going to sacrifice them all there. A strange play, I think, on King of Reason's part. Unless I'm missing something. Maybe he's trying to... Let me look around the map. Maybe he's trying to sacrifice them for some particular reason.
Yeah, I think that might make sense. Something along those lines. It's just that, say, the only thing more powerful than... or I'm sorry, not more powerful, but... The next step down from Decimus Siphon Banshees, I would say, is also Combat Repair Colony Banshees. They're always getting healed up, and that is extremely frightening. Even out of engagements, they're still gaining that health back. And that's extremely beneficial for YODA here. As long as he keeps his units alive, he's going to be in a great spot. Flying around the map now, let's see. He definitely has enough money here to potentially take an Expo. He should do something along those lines. Oh, but he spends it on Banshees instead. Understandable, but you definitely need to try to get yourself back in. There's the expansion going down right now. YODA canceling the Banshee.
How many Expos does he have?
He has 4 bases now total. Of course, nothing comparable at King of Reason. Probably has that whole side of the map, all 5 potentially.
He's got all 5.
Yeah, that's what I figured. If YODA is able to at least start hunting down those bases and just try to melt them, as long as King of Reason doesn't try to push his main, he will have the superior Banshee army. Of course, a couple Reavers in the mix will hurt. Oh, right as I say that, giant Banshee army coming out here, King of Reason. Definitely going to try to hunt down expansions, maybe, or just stop power node control.
No, he was just stopping the power node there, and he's going to bail off that.
Yeah,
another engagement with those Banshees.
YODA's going to try
2
to
of the
chase
Banshees
him
are getting
here.
picked off.
Yeah, look at that. He's
Yeah,
going
this
to try to
game's
get a
not
couple
over yet.
I don't think so. Not as of right now. I was very surprised that YODA did actually maintain his position even after losing entire. Oh, that's why. Big engagement right here.
Good engagement on there
I
with
wouldn't
the
engage
Reavers.
this. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Why are you staying here? Don't stay here and fight this. Oh, he's waiting for Hunter's Brand, maybe? I don't know.
I feel like an Eradication Beam's about to drop. No,
but
not,
he does
not
get
the time
out of
for
there.
it.
Banshees are just too fast for Eradication, I think. I don't think you'd want to drop that. And I think Yoda
He
knows
dropped it last time and rinsed everything with it.
He did kill.
Maybe that was
almost
a
every unit.
once-in-a-lifetime play, though, because I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I've never seen so many units die to one Eradication Beam, at least not since the nerf, that's for sure. Usually you see bases drop with that, and of course, King of Reason, being a professional player at that regard, definitely knows how to execute a proper Eradication Beam at the right time, and that is exactly what we saw there. Yoda starting to fly around the map here, just trying to stay in front of his bases, make sure that King of Reason, oh, here it is, will not push up, but here he comes.
I think King of Reason has his leader powers back because he's getting very aggressive.
Yes, makes sense to me. Bulwark, Dying Breath are all starting to come back.
And don't forget about Eradication.
Oh, and there's the Hunter's Brand.
Oh,
Great
Hunter's
shot
Brand.
there. Great shot. They're getting a lot of units there have shields.
He needs to drop Bulwark on this.
I don't think it's over yet. I'm surprised he didn't. You know, there is
Dying Breath. That'll stall it long enough maybe for him to get Bulwark in.
Yes, for sure. I think he's just waiting for the opportune moment
Great amount
to
of
get in
damage
front
on
of the
that.
base. Oh, but the
Whoa,
Eradication on the
I
Expo.
don't know about that play.
That might kill the Expo, though. Expo is half shields right now. If you're able to drop that.
I guess that's a good play because it doesn't look like any of his other bases are really upgraded.
Right, and if he were to do anything, you know, say Banshees are just so mobile, he can just hit a button and then all of a sudden all of his Banshees can get out of the Eradication zone. Looks like
I'm
he
fine
will
with that.
try to
I would just
engage
suggest
this.
maybe you put that on a main base rather than a secondary
yes.
base, but I see what he's
I
doing
see your
here.
point. Yep, just try to, you know, just slowly taking it down.
Okay. And it looks like it's working. This could be the final engagement.
I think so, too.
He is
I think Yoda's just sitting
absolutely
here.
rinsing everything. He's got Banshees that are anti-air. He's got Reavers in that mix, which are obviously anti-air. He's got the Shroud shooting down some things every once in a while.
Yeah, Banshee's still
Engineers in that
falling
mix.
too. Yep, just so many invisible units here from the Shrouds also. Banshees cannot detect these
Yeah, you
units.
can't spot him. What a play.
Yeah, so good. Great opportunity here to just slowly work up a ramp, keep your army alive, and keep applying the pressure. Plasma torpedoes here definitely helping out in the situation for the Banshee army, but Yoda just doesn't have enough units now at this point, I don't think, to maintain a solid pump. I'm sorry, enough economy to maintain a solid pump. Lots of units here that are one-shot. For King of Reason will not be able to get taken down, and I think this is all she wrote for Yoda.
That's pretty much game pat. Is Yoda able to bounce back from this one? I just don't know. I said that he had to take one game right here in order to win. I don't think he has it in him. I just think that King of Reason is just on a different level than everyone else.
I think so as well. And I think, honestly, Yoda had the game in his grasp. When he pushed up onto that base, if he would have focused that base and then skirted away from the Hunters,
Gonna haunt him.
They couldn't have chased down those choppers, man, and he would have been able to drop that base, but I think he just had a couple misclicks. I'm sure he was working on that eco as much as possible, and when he was also on that side, he had enough money, I saw it, to build an expansion. I think if he would have grabbed that expansion the opportune time when he had King of Reason in that one rare spot where he's super weak, and then he would have shot that base and dropped it, it would have been even bases for at least a couple of minutes, and I think that would have been great for Yoda. Now, let's take a quick look here at the post-game stats tab. Of course, King of Reason is one game away from being the BtC 1v1 Summer Open Champion and putting Yoda in second place here. Of course, bases built. Looks like King of Reason had less bases built, but of course that's because he kept most of them alive. Moving over to the total supplies, look at that, man. So actually close. Literally 100 supply, not even. It looks like about a 60 supply, 50 supply difference there from King of Reason to RTS Yoda. Total power generated, King of Reason had double that just because of his expansions for certain. Equal leader powers, more units built, more units lost for Yoda as well. Great jobs from both players. I'm very excited. Let's jump right into game number 3. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. If King of Reason takes this game on YODA VIDS, Yoda will be knocked out of the tournament, crowning King of Reason your BtC 1v1 Summer Open Champion. As Atriox, he is undefeated this tournament. I cannot believe it. It happened in the last tournament. Somebody just has to roll the train here. It looks like we're going to jump in, and we will start off with King of Reason and see what he is doing here. Now, of course, I do have to sacrifice my base here so that way I can spectate good old King of Reason because there is no spectator mode, and this is our workaround. 343 CA, if you're watching this, please pump out that spectator mode. Looks like we got King of Reason pumping out a chopper immediately and going double harvester. Pretty standard stuff. Nick?
And on Pat, on RTS Yoda's side, we've got a chopper pumping out. It looks like a standard build here for the Yeah, it just looks like a standard build, honestly. He's going for that mini base expo probably right off the start. Got a couple supply pads going up, nothing too special over here.
Hey, that's pretty standard to me. Looks like immediately we do have King of Reason is going to start rolling out with his chopper. Just going to grab those last supplies, you know, just look around, see what's going on. Of course, he does sometimes scout with his chopper, but playing with YODA so many times, I think he has general knowledge as to what YODA will be doing. Does catch some grunts off guard here. It's always so annoying to lose some of your starting scouts here and starting units. And of course, King of Reason, capitalizing on the annoyance, is just melting all of these units here. Actually, this one grunt here. Oh, but then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, left field comes a Skitter chopper from YODA. Almost
He's going to be able to take that out right away.
Oh, look at the skirt. The micro is so good. That chopper is going down there. Drops the first chopper there from King of Reason. Great job, YODA. YODA is coming out with a vengeance. He doesn't want this to end 3-0, I think.
He's putting up a little bit of a fight here, and he's got to. Backs against the wall. Not seeing anything too drastic. Still choppers on this side. He's got that power extractor going up. He's probably going to upgrade it as soon as he possibly can. He did pick up that back mini base right now, probably for the double pump of the choppers.
Yeah, that's pretty respectable, you know. I see at the same time, King of Reason is actually not going for the mini bases as of yet. He usually goes for 2 at the same time. So I'm expecting something like that to happen a little bit later on. He's just kind of flying units around the map, grabbing the power nodes, grabbing the power supply. Just the supply as much as he can. And it looks like he might be thinking about teleporting. Yep, he teleports a chopper all the way across the map just to get the vision here on the enemy base. I guarantee he's going to give YODA a little bit of a scout. Actually, he's just going to opt for supplies, man. Look at the supply grabs here, guys. It's so great. Incredible plays here from both players. Chopper Skitter are going to silence a grunt here in the middle of the map.
And losing that grunt in the middle of the map, it's not too devastating, but you would have really liked to pick up that power.
Yeah, that's true. And on top of that, also, you really want to, you just like to have the vision. Those starting grunts can do a lot for you as well in terms of grabbing garrisons. Also, like you said, grabbing even more supply crates. Grunts are definitely worth their weight in gold, if you will, if you manage to go around the map and grab enough different supply and power crates off the start. Of course, we do actually also have King of Reason here going to opt in for a second mini base, it looks like, immediately. If he's going to look over this grunt here in just a second and purchase that mini base. It looks like he is throwing down another harvester on that mini base, going double augmented extractor.
He's going to lose a second chopper on this opening?
He probably will, man. And that's not good for King of Reason here.
No,
because
playing a little sloppy.
Yeah, we have King of Reason here actually opting in for a turret double extractor build here on his main base. So he's going to go for that quick tech 2. And of course, YODA, if he has enough choppers, can actually subdue. Oh no, if he's going to go scout the damn base, man. He's not going to get to scout the base in time. Going to get the grunt pick here. Not that big of a deal in terms of... so actually, he's lost nearly every single starting unit. Oh, but I see a lot of choppers here, Nick. Is he thinking about pushing the base?
I think he's going to push the base, but it might be too little too late. He should utilize this time to pick up more mini bases, maybe even pick up a secondary base on the map right now. Power nodes as well.
Hey, that makes sense to me. But of course, King of Reason was in this spot before, and what he did instead of worry, he actually bought 2 expansions at the same time under Udpu's nose. And that really put him ahead just to take the W here. And King of Reason could be potentially doing that again. I do see a unit going across the map there from a teleporter, just trying to see if he could potentially snag this sneaky expansion right on the left side of Nick's old base. Looks like he's eyeballing that base, man. If he's able to purchase this, then I think YODA might be a little surprised. Of course, but YODA already pushing the main right now, correct? Lots of skitterers. Nope, just one skitter. Lots of choppers with vehicle symbiotes, though.
Yeah, he does have symbiote with them.
Yep, 3 turrets. Actually, third turret is coming up right now, which is extremely helpful. Of course, shrapnel rounds will come out. He really cannot continually challenge that, honestly. I don't know. The great job here picking off the mini base for certain. Oh my god. King of Reason.
Yeah, this could set him back.
So this is what King of Reason does. All right, King of Reason knows that if he were to expand close to his main, that YODA is able to spot it. YODA's a great player. YODA can at least have the common sense knowledge to check those expansions. So what does King of Reason do? King of Reason buys a base in 2 different opposite 90-degree angle positions perpendicular to his main base, which is absolutely phenomenal.
Not giving up on it.
He's gonna. Oh, he actually canceled one of the expos there. I think just in case. You think he's gonna stick to 2 base and try to get hunters out. YODA is not gonna be able to melt this, and I cannot believe that, man. It's so astonishing to me that he's able to hold off all those choppers with just 3 turrets early game like this. 5 minutes in, we already have Tech 2. We already have double raid camp pumping. Looks like, let's see, hunters are coming out immediately because he knows that YODA could just mass choppers, and he wants to save that mini base as best he can. Both mini bases are under fire right now as well.
And we've seen this play before by King of Reason, right? He's extremely conservative. He's able to put up those turrets again back at his base. He saw that the opportunity wasn't going to present itself where he was able to take control of the map in the early game. So he sits back, puts some turrets up, shield gen as well.
Oh, spots King of Reason's Expo that he already upgraded as well, Nick. That means YODA is going to have to silence that base if he can. Look at that. He's already pulling back his units. Yeah, just so many hunters did melt some of those choppers there at the start. Definitely not promising. A couple rangers coming out as well now, trying to get the army comp a little more variable. And of course, once again, King of Reason, because of the double expo at the double time, that means that he is able to not only just lose this base, whatever, I'm going to lose it, financial commitment, whatever. One of his expansions is going to get up and running in no time.
Yeah, and we've got all of YODA's units converging on this, so it will probably drop unless something drastic happens. But like you said, King of Reason's able to pick up that secondary base. He'll eventually get a base up with Atriox's fortification.
And it seems like, man, King of Reason's like, okay, well, you're going to get one base, and at the same time, I'm going to build another base. So he just bought my old base back on the cliffside, and he also has repurchased, actually kept both of his mini bases alive. Actually, he repurchased a mini base. So he's got 4 bases on the map right now, but 3 of them are on his side, which is much more reasonable. So the reason he actually bought, since he is the King of Reason,
got 3 bases.
The base on that side, right? The reason he did that is because he knew that YODA would have to engage that base on his side. So giving that...
And he wants to get him off his side.
That's all he needed. He just needed to make sure that YODA had a distraction. And since Atriox has that cheap fortification leader power, he can just throw a base down on that side and be like, okay, here, let me just upgrade it real quick, make YODA think I'm really investing a lot into it, and then force YODA to put some pressure on that. King of Reason is even considering throwing down a 4th base, I think, but he sacked it just to tease YODA. And he's actually got his first expansion coming up right now. No problem. Second expansion is finished as well at the moment. So he's got 3 successful bases up and running.
And YODA's opting for the raid camp. We've seen this play over and over again. Is it time to change some things up, Pat, if you're YODA?
I think you're going to need to go a lot of Reavers and a lot of Banshees at this point. I'm sorry, not Reavers, Rangers and Banshees at this point, just because... seeing the double raid camp play out of King of Reason, that means, yes, guess what? I need to go for as many anti-infantry units as possible. And then play the slow game. It's okay. You don't want to go too far into the late game with Atriox powers, but you need to apply pressure at the same time. So don't overcommit. Make sure you build a sizable army and only push if you know you're going to win. Oh, and YODA there.
Yeah, he picked
finds
up
the base.
Scout on
there
it.
You go. YODA is on top of it. Not going to be able
to do anything with it, though.
I don't think he's going to be able to drop it in time. Of course, the hunters are already beelining across the map. Trying to get there. They are slow, so the shield might get about half, but of course throwing down a second shield generator right now will prolong the drop of the shield here, so that's going to be looking pretty good. Throws down another harvester. He's got Apex, double raid camp going on production buildings. He's got 3 harvesters on 1 expansion, and of course that double extractor is going to really help him. Hunters do show up to this expo, so they can sit inside the shield. He is going to lose at least 1 chopper, I guarantee it. Oh, keeps them all alive there. Great pulls there from YODA. And, of course, at the same time, split attacks on every single base. Oh, but the teleport in here from the Goliaths as well is going to really put a damper here on King of Reason's expansion. I don't know if he's able to run back. This is exactly what YODA needs to do, Nick, is do 2-pronged attacks. Hit one expansion, then the other. Just keep repeating. Force the units to keep skirting back and forth across the map.
Yeah, but he's still at a disadvantage. This might be a fantastic play, but he has... it looks like King of Reason will still be able to hold 2 bases to YODA's 1, which should put Reason in a great position for the late game.
Yes, and exactly. He has to keep focusing down those shield gens. That's all King of Reason keeps doing, is dropping the shield gens, prolonging the event.
Get a good engagement here. Hopefully YODA drops King of Reason's base this time around. Doesn't fall
look
apart.
At all that. There's so many anti-infantry units as well.
And he's not, again, another failure to drop that base.
Suicide Greg gets a great pinch there. So many units get 1 shot, and 1 does fall for certain. The turret fire from the main on his walk back down. So many units are coming out of King of Reason's.
Probably going to get the shield generator back up on his third expansion, Pat.
Oh, he will get it. It comes up just in time. The choppers with the shrapnel rounds will not be able to take that out. A lot of pressure here from the units will keep applying down upon the infantry units of YODA. Splitting the armies was a great play. You did keep him juggling back and forth, but at the same time, that does mean that you will lose almost all of your army. All these choppers here will be able to apply this pressure. Look at that, man. Even on the mini base, King of Reason does keep sacrificing some units. Looks like King of Reason wants to put an end to this. He did say that he was going to go party after this. It would be nice if he could have $150 in beer money for the partying at the bars tonight. Looks like he will be pushing out across the map, potentially trying to get some power node control. Nick, what is YODA doing at the moment?
Yeah, Yoda's trying to pick up some power nodes around the map. Again, Yoda's put himself in a bad position, and actually, I shouldn't even say a bad position. He's played well. King of Reason actually has just excelled, putting up these shield gens on these expansions, and he's able to keep him. He's outbased him 3-1. The late game economy's got to be fantastic for King of Reason, and it looks like Yoda's opting for that second base, which will take about 50 seconds to produce.
Yeah, and once again, it's 10 minutes into the game. You definitely need that second base against this triple base Atriox player. You need that second base around 8 to 10 minutes. Of course, after the 10-minute mark is still okay, but, it might have helped to have that production while you were pushing up and starting to slay some of the enemy base of King Reason. It would have been really nice for Yoda to supply that push with more units, or at least be ready to rebuild his army very quickly. But of course, because of that, I feel like King of Reason has a super strong lead in terms of infantry, taking a fourth base at the moment and preparing to defend this side of the map for a little bit longer.
And an interesting thing with Yoda, he's getting Tech 3 right now, and he doesn't have anything on his base like shields or turrets. He's leaving himself a little bit exposed here, especially if King of Reason gets those Banshees to push up.
Yeah,
which I'm assuming he's going.
Yes, he actually is. Believe it or not, he actually does have 2 Banshees that are just showing up here to his army. So Nick, you are spot on with that. Looks like he is maxed out at 80-80 pop at the moment. I'm sure that there is a War Council going down. Yep, War Council is actually pumping out an upgrade right now. Reinforcements 1, just as I say it. Foundry trying to time everything, the upgrades together. Oh my, very sizable force here from Yoda though. Having all those air units might actually be extremely helpful. Even with all the Reavers, he definitely needs... definitely all the Rangers. He does need some Reavers in this mix here, King of Reason does. And he already has a Foundry up to produce those units. I'm sure what he's doing is trying to counter his counter. Yep, Reavers are coming out right now. So as long as he just kind of turtles on his side of the map, gets his expansion upgraded once again, that's newest fourth base, he can at least turtle inside this shield and make things look very good for himself.
Looks like Yoda's going to opt to pick up more of these power nodes across the map, set himself up for the late game. The second base, his expansion is still coming up. It's still very vulnerable. He's got a decent mix of an army, I guess. I still see some choppers. Don't like that. Rather see some rangers in there in the place. I would actually take those choppers and go sacrifice them as soon as possible. Get some other units that can be viable in the late game in as soon as possible.
Yeah, for sure, man. King of Reason just got his upgraded fourth base as well. This is going to be the pivotal point for his army engagements. He's not going to want to leave this side as the shield gen does come up. It seems like he always has a shield gen in his back pocket, Nicholas. Always throwing down something to make sure he can defend inside of it. Shield gens in your armies keeping inside of it is such an underrated move here from some of the best players. Seeing King of Reason use this as much as possible, I think is just phenomenal. Look at that, getting the range on the Goliath, dropping the Goliath while the Reavers, or the Rangers, sorry. Getting a little bit of the choppers are just kind of viewing the situation. Hunters are going to be able to hit him from the high ground. Nothing crazy, nothing serious. Getting some Reavers out as well.
I was hoping that he would sacrifice those choppers.
Yeah, me as well. I think he definitely needs to free up a little bit of supply because, I mean, I get you can still ram those Rangers and stop them from shooting or even ram some Suicide Grunts, but at the same time, man, those Hunters are just going to get easy pickings on you if you don't micro properly.
Looks like Yoda opts to pick up that third expansion. It's definitely not as built up as King of Reasons. I mean, even a secondary expansion, which I would have liked to upgrade before I picked up my third expansion, it's still not upgraded. It's still a very weak base, very vulnerable. Any amount of Banshees would walk over there and rinse it within 10 seconds.
Yeah, and it looks like, yeah, that makes sense to me, man. King of Reason just now getting Tech 3 as well after his army size is getting pretty solid. He's already got 97 out of 100 pop here. Definitely doesn't want to lose this power node here in the middle. Gonna shoot that Goliath. Goliath in a bad position there from Yoda. Just needs to get him out of the way. Oh, but he's gonna lose him. Look at the range on those Rangers, dude. Makes sense to me. He's just gonna keep shooting them as they start capping the points here. He moves him away. Trying to get in a better position, I'm sure. Definitely needs a larger army size here. Splits off 2 Rangers to engage. Just needs to stop him from capping that node and cause some problems here. Definitely doing a great job.
What we're seeing by
here.
Yoda, Pat, is he's overcommitting with the air. We saw this last game. It could work to his advantage, especially considering that Reason has quite a bit of Hunters in that mix. I'm not sure why he's got so many Hunters. But again, that overcommitment with one unit could win him the game, and it'll probably lose him the game, though.
Right, and Yoda's still trying to use. He lost 3 Rangers in that engagement, while at the same time, King of Reason did not lose a single one. Just trying to take out that power node. What he did there was an incredible play. I almost want to highlight that. Over the chopper coming in, Yoda's still a little spiteful about this middle node, trying to take it down from Reason. Look at the health from those elites, man. They do not get hurt by that chopper at all. And of course, Hunters are saying, "Okay, yeah, here, I'll just take care of that for you, buddy. Don't you worry about that." It's like a fly on the wall. 1 Ranger left here, going to try and take that node one more time. It's the battle of the node here, Nick.
If I'm gonna let me take a guess here, okay? Yoda right now he had about 1,500 power just a few seconds ago before he invested it in the War Council. I would have liked to see him upgrade both of his mini bases or his side bases and get them to a good amount of health. And I think this is what's going to cause him to lose. We saw this last game. He wasn't able to upgrade those bases. He treated them just as they were, just as little mini. I mean, these are no better than mini bases at this point. There's not a lot of things to defend them. They don't have great health. And I think this is going to prove to be Yoda's biggest downfall in this game.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I'm seeing a lot of King of Reason. King of Reason's very passionate about suicide grunts. He has always had at least 3 or 4 in his army composition at all times. And it seems to me
not a good idea right now.
I agree with you 100%. That's of course they are small in pop, small in economy. They don't cost anything and they do a lot of damage. But of course they do still take up some supply. And having anything possible to shoot down those banshees is going to be helpful because we have about 5 Reavers, I'd say about 7 or 8 Rangers, and then maybe 4 Banshees here coming in with a bunch of Engineers supporting. So not a lot to deal with all that air. Of course, as I say that, looks like Reinforcements 3 has been upgraded recently because I see 2 more Reavers coming out and 1 more Banshee. And of course, we have 5 bases out of King of Reason now. 5th base has just gone down. It's about halfway complete. Of course, King of Reason, just taking the opportunity. I have Atriox, blah, blah, blah. I'm rich. Daddy gives me my money. He's going to buy a lot of spots on the map.
Yoda has committed to going all Banshees with two Engineers. It might be King of Reason. Like if you're King of Reason, if you lose your units, you have 3 bases, probably fully upgraded at this point. Be able to pump out counter units very quickly. Maybe go full pop Banshees, mix in with some Reavers. So you should be fine there. But on Yoda's side, he doesn't really have a lot of options. He's really committed everything to the air. He doesn't have anything on his back. Yeah, he doesn't have anything on those back mini bases, so he's really going to commit to this air, and I think it could be his downfall, especially if King of Reason engages this properly, which we'll see right here.
Oh my Banshees, man! You were not
dying
kidding.
Breath in. Yeah, he went full pop Banshees. He has no backup plan here. He's got to keep producing Banshees. No other building on any of his bases. And again, to my point earlier, Yoda is going to lose that base without a doubt.
Yeah, you think so? I think there is a sizable amount of Banshees here, but if I were Yoda, man, I would see this push, and I would immediately send my Banshees the other side of the map, dude. Start pressuring them. Like, who cares?
Yeah, it's not going to happen. He's going to engage right away.
Yeah, this small-sized army here is just not enough to deal with. Like, I get if you kill this army, though, he's just going to have more time for counter units. All of these units are, look at that, Bulwark, Dying Breath. I get that you might even have Hunter's Brand, but there's not even a reason to... Look at this. This is such a silly engagement, honestly. I feel like backing up is what you need to do. Don't engage this. Thank you. There they go, flying away. Starting to get a better range, get a lot of those units one shot. He starts teleporting them.
Where did he teleport to?
He teleported all the way back to his side of the map because, like I said, even though Yoda could take this, I don't think he should have taken it right there. I honestly think Yoda should have he's doing it exactly right now. Just start pushing expansions, force him to start retreating and freak out. You will not go into a base trade scenario with this army. You can at least come back at any time and start applying lots of pressure. Looks like King of Reason is freaking out a little bit, starting to throw a couple shield gens down. He actually sacked his 5th base as well. He was like, nope, I do not need to have that in this situation.
He's got to dedicate that power somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that.
Look at again, these Banshees do a great amount of damage. They're going to drop this base fairly quickly.
The main here, for real. I was actually going to go for the shield gens here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so here you go. Just go for the main. Look how fast this base will drop if those Banshees just focus the main here. No shield gen's going to come. Oh, but the shield gen came up just in time. Oh my god, that's what I did for talking.
Does he have any units that can stop this?
I don't know, man. Look how fast that shield gen, just by itself,
in
is going to
eradication
drop.
beam right now. They're clawed off guard. He's probably not looking at this engagement right now, and he drops it. Not the right time for the eradication beam.
Here's what he has to do. Pull back. You full pop Banshees. Pull back. Swing around. Buy another base while you're at it. And then swing and just keep going to each and every single one, man. Guess what? King of Reason is not equipped to deal with this. He's about 5 or 6 Reavers, man. Full pop Banshees will absolutely rinse them. And of course, King of Reason does get to see the engagement here. He is going to have to start pulling the Reavers back in order to support this. He might lose his first expansion here, his natural, if you will. So if he is actually...
just going to engage the main.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, this is his natural right here. The shield will fall immediately. It's already half health from the first engagement way earlier on in the game. Oh, but the teleportation of the Reavers there. Good play.
Good drop with the Reavers, but
just
the shield gen's gone already. There's no protection now for him.
I'm out. Peace, says Yoda. I'm gone. Later, bro.
Fly.
Oh,
got a whole lot of Reavers.
I don't know if I would have dropped that there.
That's a bad Hunter's Brand.
I would back up. Just retreat. Just retreat. There's no reason to engage this. You'll lose a couple Banshees. Just rebuild them. Find another base. Continue it. How many bases does Yoda have at this moment, Nick? He's doing a wonderful job.
picked up another base, but again, he hasn't upgraded these bases. They are pretty much, they've got 3 side openings on him. Not very effective.
Yeah,
He's got to upgrade while he's got the advantage right here.
Yeah, exactly this. He might actually take this game due to army composition, Nicholas. I don't know if King of Reason can get the amount of Reavers he needs to deal with this right now. Just focus.
He's got to go
main.
Banshees. Avoid those Reavers.
The Reavers just aren't going to be successful enough. He does still have
Too
eradication,
slow.
but it doesn't matter because, like I said, Banshees are just so fast. Look at that. Drops another base. I'm out. Later, bro. He just swung in, melted 2 bases, and now he's just retreating back to his side. Guess how many bases King of Reason has? I think this is the first time I've seen him 1 base despite the first 4 minutes of a game. I've never seen King of Reason so weak and at least say at a disadvantage. I think YODA said, "Screw you, man. I'm definitely not dropping this next game here." King of Reason already buying a second base, trying to maintain something. He's starting to sack a bunch of stuff on the back of his base. He's just throwing down, looks like straight up foundry at this point potentially. Yep, there's a second foundry. He's going to try to just quadruple pump Reavers. He probably, let's see, his economy is 3,700 supply, 2,300 power, still Tech 3. He can most certainly get a bunch of Reavers up. I'm sure he has a lot of upgrades there at his War Council, so he has at least logistics level 2 or 3.
And this could be the last engagement of the game.
There it is, right to the main. You picked the perfect time there. I think King of Reason might have been aware of that. Of course, with the Reavers, man, you don't want to jump him right here because he can't escape if that's the case. So he's going to slowly walk up the ramp here. Shield does fall. YODA doesn't even have to care, man.
No, he just has to attack the main.
Oh, with the bulwark on the base, that's such a good idea, but you might lose a couple units in this engagement.
Needs to pick a spot for the eradication beam and pretty much guess. That's the only way he's going to survive this.
That's the only way he can clutch this. He still has Reavers coming out. He wanted to keep the foundries alive. Of course, YODA at this point can officially pull back and just kind of take out the expansions. Once again, he does spot one of the bases coming up. Another base is already complete up on the high ground. YODA almost smells it. He's going to go straight forward and start taking it down immediately.
Yeah.
Just like that. Look at that. Losing a Reaver here and there. Of course, with Dying Breath, Reavers could potentially take out some of these Banshees, man, but he's just got full pop Banshees, right? Nothing else?
It's just full pop Banshees. Again, he committed really heavy on the air, and it really paid off for him.
Yeah, and of course, with that colony, with the colony regen as well, where all the units are constant combat repair, they're always getting combat repair, always recharging their health at all times, keeping those Banshees alive. Yeah, there's no point. Don't even need that. It's absolutely pointless to go for engineers at this point. Looks like King of Reason is going to keep trying to grab expansions. I think he knows that if he tries to grab an expansion on the far side of the map, that it's just not worth it. It's just not early game effective like it is in, say, the first 6 minutes of the game. Looks like I see the final Banshee push here. Of course, there is a good amount of Reavers at least sitting in this army here from King of Reason. Looks like half of his base is already melted too. So if all he really has to do, Nick, YODA, fly in, melt the base, and drop the base. So yep, there comes the Banshees right there, swooping in here. Lots of Reavers going to apply the pressure here. Ooh, gonna get at least one there. The rain of missiles is just so crazy. King of Reason says, back up, dude. Stop spamming these Banshees at me. There's nothing I can do. Of course, we do have the purple shield up. That means the 2 shield generators giving you about double durability here. Absolutely crucial to this this situation.
He's got to attack. Eventually, he's just got to put his foot down, attack the main. Reavers, again, they're not going to do much once you drop that shield generator and expose them.
Yeah, exactly that. You're just going to target the bases, YODA. You're going to drop it very quickly and then fly away. And then all you're going to do is just constantly keep coming in. Hunter brand the units, whatever.
You out-resource them. Just pump out as many Banshees as you can as soon as you start losing them and just overwhelm them.
Right.
Got 3 bases, and he's finally upgrading them.
Drops another expansion. Great job there. Constantly sacking. It looks like King of Reason very good at his cancellation game. Always making sure he gets some refund back for all these buildings that he has been building and destroying. Going to try to move out here for a hot second. Looks like, what is that? You're going to throw down another shield generator. Actually, that looks like yeah, it looks like a turret is going to go up there too. Nope, it is a 3rd shield generator. I apologize. So he's going to try to beef up his main as much as possible while still defending his expo, which is extremely reasonable. Going to try to at least say skirt the units back and forth. I see YODA is flying around the map with his massive fleet of Banshees. Any idea? Is he full pop Banshees, Nicholas?
Yeah, he's full pop Banshees. 119 out of 120. He's really, I think he's almost at a point where he doesn't believe that he's about to win this game. He just constantly keeps checking around the map for King of Reason's bases, and he's just not finding any. He might be in disbelief at the moment.
Right, and with every spare second that he does have, he is going to lose, or at least he's going to give opportunity for King of Reason to start producing some Reavers.
Yeah, but he's out-resourced. I can't imagine.
Exactly. There's no way in hell that King of Reason can make it back from this game. YODA just isn't deciding to put the nail in the coffin just yet.
I find strange. I really think he's got to engage this.
Yeah, he does. I think if he just engaged these Reavers, yeah, look at that. I think he's about to realize that, hey, I could kill all these. Look at this. He's going to start to pressure him right now.
He can't stand still, though. That eradication beam is at, and there it is.
And there he just flies
and
right through
he got away from it.
Yep, just flies
that
right
should
through
be it then.
Yep.
I'm not sure why he's not engaging at this point. The eradication beam's gone. That was your only threat.
Ah, man, I think he's just delaying the inevitable here. Just push up and win it, man. You've actually done it. You've officially taken down King of Reason, man. Just push and destroy.
It might be like a taunting move at this point, since given his current situation. Might be trying to hold on to the glory just a little too long.
He's like, I just need to enjoy this real quick. He's taking a couple selfies, sending some Snapchats to his mom and friends and family back home, saying, "Look, I'm beating King of Reason." Making sure to get that beta trophy in the background there. Doing a great job, constantly pressuring King of Reason. Not really much King of Reason could do at this point. I'd say this is all she wrote, as long as YODA just pushes up to that main and drops
it. It looks like he's about to engage.
There we go. Here comes the massive fleet of Banshees, seeing the double or the triple shield generator that is bright blue. He's going to apply this pressure here, just focus it. Shield's already half gone. I just wait for the Reavers to just use 100 brand. I guarantee he upgraded it at least twice. Oh, teleportation underneath the units there. And there's the 100's brand, just like I said. I don't know if I'd use that until the shield dropped, though. Just waited a little bit of extra time. You could have done it. There's the bulwark. All right, you got to back up just for a second. Just wait for the bulwark to be gone, and then you're coming back and winning.
He's got to engage immediately after, though. Losing a significant amount of Banshees to those Reavers.
That's, and you know what?
Combat repair again is going to heal him up.
Yeah, King of Reason right now is at about, looks like around 12 to 14 Reavers. So he's getting close to full pop, I'd say. Again, yeah, 118 out of 120. Reavers are 5 population per. It is insane how much of a population they take up. Definitely the lesser to the Wolverine. Of course, with the jump, that does make them a little bit more helpful, but at the same time, man, King of Reason actually just now getting his expansion upgraded, getting a shield gen down on as well. Looks like his economy got 3,500 supply, man. 3,500 supply. No problem to him. Getting also a third base also up as well. It's almost like YODA could smell it. Once again, decides to push it. So many Reavers
Here's
here.
the Reavers.
Yeah, Reavers need to.
It's a good time to melt.
Need to stay at a great range, but of course, yep.
Well,
look at that.
Now just sit inside the shield.
Ooh, shield just came up, perfect timing. Of course, all these Rangers and Hunters. Oh my God, he's like YODA. Just
is YODA giving up this game?
I don't know, man. He definitely missed an opportunity.
He's losing a lot of Banshees here.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be pushing this still. Oh no, he definitely had the opportunity to win this game multiple times. So many. Oh my God, the Reaver spread is just so good right now. Look, he's just skirting around the map.
Keep it at a good distance.
It's like a merry-go-round. Constantly, all these Banshees are just going to drop, but the combat repair is extremely helpful. Dude, he held off that engagement. So incredible to see, man. I cannot believe that YODA has not taken home this game yet. Looks like also we have King of Reason getting his third base up and running still. Looks like YODA's decided to send a couple grunts in to free up population. So many Hunters here as well. If I was King of Reason, man, I'd just send all of my other units up and just go full pop Reavers at this point. That's my only clutch play to at least try to win this game. Of course, he does have 2 shield generators on his second base now. Third base, I'm sure, is nearing upgrade completion like it is. There it goes. I'm sure we're going to see some shield gens go down on that as well. That third base that he has is definitely going to be sort of like a proxy, screw it, I'll see if I can keep this alive kind of situation, just because he needs something to distract YODA from these expansions. With the shield gen, he's going, it looks like he might even go quad shield gen on his expansion, Nicholas. There, YODA, at the perfect timing, will be able to drop that base, just as I said, kind of a scapegoat of sorts. Look at all the cancellations there from King of Reason, getting his refund back and recycling the base. Nick, is YODA varying up anything? Is he still just going Banshees?
He's going Banshees. He's committed to the idea of Banshees, even though he's done a very, very poor job executing this final base. Gonna engage it again. I imagine the teleport with the Reavers is about to drop in. There it is.
The
Hunter's Brand, absolutely useless in that situation.
Cloaking generator's about halfway up, man. You need to drop.
And you know he has no engineers in that mix, so he won't be able to spot the invisible base.
I think he knows that.
If YODA loses this game, Pat, this would be the biggest fumble that I've ever seen.
Since the last Super Bowl, right? That's what I'd say. This is basically Super Bowl number 2 here.
Since the Seahawks on the 1-yard line, I'd say.
Okay, yep, that was also a bad one. Looks like we got 2 cloaking generators coming up at the same time, so both of King of Reason's bases are now cloaked, unable to be detected. Looks like King of Reason's getting a little cocky, starting to move out in front of his base and buy a third one.
He should get cocky.
3
He's in a great
and
position.
A cloaking generator on each base, Nick.
Let me ask you this: how many turrets and shield generators or cloak generators? How many does Yoda have on 4 or 5 of his bases?
Probably 1 or 2, maybe. One.
He's got 1 shield generator on 1 base, and the rest are just open and exposed. So if he loses that main base, I'm sorry, if he loses his a Banshee population, King of Reason sweeps in, takes out a few of these weak bases, and he really can turn this thing around.
Man, I just don't know how this game is not over yet. I have no idea how Yoda did not push King of Reason's main. Ignore. I would have just, like, I don't know about Hunter's branding the base. What he did is he called in that Hunter's brand on all those Reavers at just the opportune wrong time. You need to wait until the shield drops to call in Hunter's brand. I get it does do some damage to his shield, but it's just not good enough. Of course, Hunter Captain here, OPG here, is going to walk in and just start applying a little bit of pressure to these Reavers. Not really worried since he has about 4 or 5 Rangers in his mix and a few Suicide Grunts. Of course, King of Reason is just going to retreat all of his units back into the shield generator, cloaking generator situation. So, looks like we're going to have an even longer game. 31 minutes into game number 3 of the Grand Finals, boys. Get your popcorn out because this bad boy is not over yet. Nicholas?
Pat, he doesn't have any engineers still. He's not going to be able to spot this invisible base. He's maxed out on unit population as well. He's not going to... He can't do anything.
He just... I don't know. I think... Maybe he just doesn't like Chicky Tendies, man.
If you're him, you physically can't attack the base. It's invisible. You have no way of spotting it. You went full pop on the Banshees. I am really concerned that Yoda might be throwing this game away. He's not putting any shield generators up on his bases. I would be preparing for the extreme late game right now if I'm Yoda. He's gonna go try to peek his main and see if there's a an invisible or a cloaking generator on it, and I bet you there is.
I don't know what to say. King of Reason has been at least forced down to base, but
I guess that's an accomplishment.
You can't kill the bases because you can't see them.
There he goes. He's gonna send in a few. He's sending in a few Banshees to sacrifice. He finally put 2 and 2 together and said, "Where are the Reavers? Please." Nope, the Reavers aren't gonna come and rinse them. Okay, there are the Reavers. He's gonna click in some.
Oh, surround them!
Did he get Dying Breath in?
Oh my God! Yes, he got Dying Breath in. A lot of those Reavers are going to
Those Reavers are rinsing. Many of the Banshees, I'm really hope if Yoda does not put some engineers in this mix, I might.
Oh, the teleport! I'm gonna keep applying a little bit of pressure too. Oh, he might get 1 Banshee there. Rinse it, rinse it.
Might be the most aggressive push with Reavers I've ever seen in my entire life.
I've never seen them used so well.
Such a terrible unit, and it's being utilized so well.
Reavers are essential, bro. You don't even know. Lots of pressure here from the Reaver missiles once again. Remember, their range is ridiculous. As long as you can see those bastards, they will keep rinsing them. Of course, he does still have Bulwark sitting in his back pocket, so I don't think he'd ever lose. Oh, but 100 Brand might get a couple of those. They're all stalled. Shields drop, all Bulwark drops immediately after that.
What a clutch Bulwark at the last second possible.
Oh, my God.
He's going to keep them all alive there.
Quickest thumbs in the universe, man. Here he goes.
What a fantastic play.
So crazy.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, at the same time, King of Reason's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm sitting on 6k supply, 3,000 power. I'm just going to remake those Reavers, and I'll be fine. He also has Advanced Logistics 3. He'll have Reavers out in a matter of seconds if he ever loses any. Both of his main bases are super cloaked, super shielded.
Super cloaked.
It's because I can't see them at all. They're just doing so well. Oh my God, we have a colony drop.
Veteran units.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. But of course, there's a bunch of hunters too.
They can't spot the base though. Again, he's not putting any engineers.
No, he has a Reaver in that mix there, Nick. He can see at least a portion of the base.
You are correct. Wherever that Reaver stomps its foot, it will be able to see.
Surround them. So many Reavers are jumping in. So many units here will get super weak. Oh my God, a lot of these Banshees will get one shot, splitting the units off. I think he's saying, screw this, I'm going to start making more units. Looks like he's almost sacrificing that portion. Oh, but the taunt. Well, that's annoying. How am I supposed to attack the Banshees?
You don't want to be in that position. If I were him, I would teleport out as quickly as possible. Oh, there's the teleport. He teleported him. Well, is there a base there? Yeah, there's a base there. Okay. I was wondering why he just teleported him to nothing. I forgot he went like triple cloaking generator.
Oh my God, these guys, man. So this is some of the most entertaining play I've seen ever in Halo Wars 2. I think this is just crazy. Oh, we got some.
Yoda still hasn't opted for shield gens. He hasn't opted for anything like that. I think it's time for King of Reason to switch into some Banshees, right? Banshees are fantastic counters to Banshees, especially with the plasma torpedo. And now that he's got or now that YODA has a few other things in his mix, such as Wraiths and some Hunters, you can really take advantage of this game by going full pop Banshees. Add an Engineer in there so you can't get cheesed with that shield or that cloaking generator. But I think he can take advantage if he goes bunch of Banshees at this moment.
Yeah, man.
He's got to abandon the Reaver play. He can't attack with that.
Yeah, even the 1 or 2 Locust play will really be super helpful because the Locusts, if he could get a couple in his army, like even 1 or 2, they could apply the pressure on the shield gen at all times while the Banshees just kind of dance around. And of course, he does still, I think does he still have the Locust in his mix or did he lose it from the colony drop? Oh, Eradication, pay attention, Yoda! He does get some units out of there.
Drops several units.
Shot. Yep.
It's great that he had the Reavers there just to attack those one-shot units. Going to take out 3 or 4 on that play.
Yep, and the Hunter Garrison is going to come. The Hunter Captain Garrison is going to come in a little bit of help here.
Of course, those Reavers.
We do have an Atriox chosen, which is of course the most OP unit in the game, obviously. So this here from King of Reason is going to win the game by itself. So we're getting a little bit of Reaver jumps. What is he doing with the Reavers? He's just trying to get them all over to one side.
I think he's trying to. He might try to sacrifice.
No,
him?
Watch this. Okay, so he's pulled the Reavers aside so that way he can shoot from range. While he has all these units on the high ground here, seeing a little bit more vision. Of course, that Hunter Captain, if it does start gaining veterancy, that is a little frightening. Not the end of the world. We are seeing a couple units here die from that Wraith tank shot. He's doing very good here. There is the 1 Locust. That is what I'm talking about. Even 1 or 2 Locusts are going to be extremely helpful in this situation. Looks like King of Reason is going to try to sit on his 3rd base here just for a minute. Stop trying to do it. Okay, he does actually teleport his units up top. Teleport does regenerate very quickly. Man, Hunter Captain there. He's just feeling happy. He's feeling himself there. Just starting to take down a couple units. Seeing a couple more Hunters come out for King of Reason as well. I don't know if you should commit too hard to Hunters. I think you still need a good amount of Reavers. Like Nick said, going Banshees right here would be extremely helpful. Oh, but YODA takes the expansion right in front of King of Reason's front door. The fact that he's hung on for this long, dude, I cannot even fathom what is happening. Hunter Captain gets his shield back. That is not good. Having that outside your front door is just menacing and annoying. There we go. There's the Locust I'm talking about.
We'll see if there's a teleport coming in.
Oh,
got a few Locusts in that mix. He could drop that shield gen pretty quickly.
He could drop the base pretty quickly, honestly. Cloaking gen will fall. Reavers are starting to jump in. Main base is getting focused. Here we go. This is the army composition that I wanted to see.
He's got to drop that Atriox Bulwark immediately on that base.
Save it! Oh,
no,
he says
he finally drops it.
I think he might be feeling a little bit. Yeah, there's the 100 brand.
Oh, well, he's got Dying Breath, so those will be fine. And Atriox Bulwark, he'll be able to push that back.
Here.
But that's a huge play. He's got to rotate now and go kill his main base.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think right now
can't play around with it anymore.
Yep, YODA's gonna actually continue this engagement and just walk right into all the Reavers. I think King of Reason might be finally giving up here just a little bit. He is losing a lot of units, but of course okay, you might want to get out of there, buddy.
He's still doing well.
I can't believe
hard to tell.
This. It's so distracting.
You say he's giving up. I think he's still controlling it. I have no idea how he's doing it.
What is happening? Buy your base back. You know you want to. Yeah, keep the Reavers out of range of the Hunters. I think he's just also trying to gain a little bit of veterancy on those Reavers, because that can most certainly come into play. Say if they start to gain a good amount of veterancy. Oh, doing the snaky leg. Oh, moonwalking this Reaver right here. What is happening, guys? Oh, there we go. Starts walking again. Man, what is happening?
YODA has 6 bases on the map, and again, how many shield generators does he have?
2. 1, 2. There we go.
He's got, all right, so he finally got 3. So he's at 50% with the shield generators. At this point, you've got 6,000 power, 6,000 resources, 3,000 power. Buy 4 shield generators on every base as a backup, because clearly he's incapable of killing King of Reason's main, and you really just want to have a backup plan in case things go wrong.
King of Reason right now at 90 pop out of 120 is throwing down an Apex at last. Looks like he actually managed to get another Expo up and running, Nicholas, in that time that, that base is going. I mean, that's just typical King of Reason here. I feel like we're getting to know him so well. Of course, he is going to start taking over the garrison to make sure Hunter Captain does not, continue his annoyance against this army composition. Of course, just hiding the units here. He does sack his Expo there as the army starts to push across, Nick. I think this might be all she wrote for King of Reason if... I shouldn't say that.
Well, we said that 20 minutes ago that this game was over, and YODA just simply does not know how to finish off a game. See if he can. We'll see if he can shatter that right here.
We're getting some Locusts. Yeah, there we go.
He's picking up. He's got every Expo on the map except one on his side. One on his side is still open. I'm not sure if King of Reason has spotted that one yet.
I think King of Reason is just so baffled that he is still in this game somehow. He's like, oh my god.
I think it's a victory for him that he stayed in this long.
Now look at that. Lots of Reaper fire there. Applying a lot of damage there to the Banshees.
You notice how he's got so many slow units mixed in that he's got to separate them. He's got to get the Banshees out quicker. He's moving them with the Elite Rangers and with the Hunter's Captain, which are extremely slow. So he's just gonna, he deserves to be picked off by those Reavers.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I think that's definitely crucial.
There he goes. He finally split them apart.
Oh my god. King of Reason
Like
has...
he's just thinking.
I'm going to try to get this all in the frame here. He has a perfect spread inside of his shielded base here on his main.
I imagine.
It's pretty neat, to say the least. Banshees are going to come out here, try to engage this expansion. Of course, Rangers just going to be like, or I'm sorry, the Reavers just going to be like, all right, yeah, I'm just going to move out across the map. Of course, Banshees are coming out for King of Reason now as well.
And again, he hasn't learned his lesson. He has no engineers in that mix. He's not going to be able to spot that base. I mean, he spots it, but he can't do anything about it.
Oh my god. I hope you guys still have some popcorn left, because I know that mine would be all gone by now.
Yeah, well, you know what? Based on Yoda's gameplay, you can go ahead and get another round of popcorn. Nothing will happen in the next 20 minutes.
Lots of Reaver
so
shots
just sit
here.
back and relax.
Going to rinse a couple Banshees here. Locusts are definitely going to help in this situation. Is Yoda been purchasing the bases on that side of the map, or?
He's got 2, 4, 6, 7 bases. There's, he only doesn't own 3 bases on the map. I'm gonna vomit when he throws this game away, Pat. I'm not gonna be able to stomach it.
There's no way he's throwing this game away.
I don't know. He still doesn't want to go engineers. I don't know what's wrong with him. Please tell me this is an engineer. That's a Banshee. He does not want to spot these bases.
I think King of Reason is just like, dude, I am never going to get to the bars tonight if this game never ends. Definitely stressed out. I know I would be.
Surprised that he didn't forfeit, right? Like, he didn't just resign at some point.
Yeah, seriously. Mini base spotted in the back by the Hunter Scout there from Yoda.
And just to clarify, Yoda's got 1 Reaver that can spot that base. He loses that Reaver, and he won't be able to spot the base.
I think he's just waiting for the... I think he's trying to convince Yoda to just...
Is this like a submission move, or is it just plain incompetency?
I don't think it's incompetency. I think King of Reason, in order to come back for this, even though instead of just wait Yoda out in his strategies,
gotta be over.
You honestly, like, all you have to do is just wait for Yoda to start massing everything except Banshees, and then once he has other units, just
and then just go full
everything.
pop Banshees.
Yeah, eradicate, go full pop Banshees, then show Yoda how to use them. Just be like, here you go, man. This is how it is.
Tell me this: is King of Reason waiting for Yoda to just randomly disconnect? Like, if he figures if he prolongs this long enough, at some point his internet's got to surge.
I just can't believe it's not.
He's gonna lose this engagement. No! Well, he needs a bulwark. He drops a bulwark just in time to save those units.
Oh no, Yoda's gonna lose most of his army here. Oh, eradication!
Fantastic
just like I
eradication
said.
Beam, but it's just too slow. Not gonna do too much there.
Yeah,
and guess what? He lost that Reaver. He can't spot anything again. I am baffled by this gameplay. If he's on the offensive, he's on the. This is the first time he's on the offensive. This could be the no. He needs to keep engaging, Pat. He's got to do this right now.
Too many hunters though. Need a couple more rangers in the mix here.
Just drop some veterancy units.
I can't believe.
My God, please push up, King. You can take it. You're looking at all of his population. This is too much for me to handle.
Oh man.
This is the strangest. When we go back and analyze this video, Pat, I don't. What do we do?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I think what we do is we go out to the store and we buy some Pop Secret popcorn. We fire up the microwave, make sure we don't burn any of it, and then what we do is we just heat up like 4 or 5 bags of popcorn and we just get ready for this, just constantly munching. Like, the army composition here, man, from King of Reason is looking more and more intimidating with every engagement.
Yeah. I'm gonna snap.
Yoda has 7 bases. We have 2 at a King of Reason.
I'm gonna snap. Okay, he has. Guess how many engineers?
1.
None.
None.
He has no engineers. He's got 1 Reaver. Again, if he engages this base, he's not going to be able to spot the base. He's not going to be able to attack the units as long as he keeps those units within that shield generation and that All right, here's the engagement again. I hope he loses everything here.
Come on,
It's
let's go,
the most
bring
deserving
everything
thing.
over. Oh my god, dude. Locusts are firing from range. Banshees are starting to fly in here. Of course, the shield hasn't dropped yet, so all these units are still alive. Yoda's gonna lose everything.
This is embarrassing.
Oh my
Please make some engineers and just go full pop Banshees. You were doing fine. Just put some engineers in that mix.
Alright guys, this is official. From every hour that this game goes on from now, I will donate $10 to an environmentally friendly charity.
In the name of Donald Trump.
Please let me know in the comments section below what charity I should donate to. If you guys ever see these videos, depending on if we die of starvation or not, that will be something you can do. You can comment and we'll donate some money to charity.
I couldn't be more. I'll join you with that. $10 for every hour this game goes on.
Okay.
Donate it to an environmental cause in the name of Donald Trump, because as Donald Trump is so incompetent, I think Yoda is in comparison with that.
Oh no!
For the fact that he can't finish off one base, he can't simply
He's
make an
just playing.
engineer. He can't. He has one Reaver. If he loses that Reaver, he can't spot the base again. There's, I'm so happy I ate before this, because if I had not, I might have died right here. My body would have eaten itself and it would have been done.
I can really go for some chicky tendies at this point. For every hour this also goes on, we will donate 1 box of chicky tendies to the White House. It looks like all these units here are just going to remain in this shield. King of Reason just says, I'm just going to wait for my eradication and I'm going to drop it on Yoda. Man, I can't believe
I'm
this.
so baffled. Please tell me he's putting shield generators on his base.
We got lots of suicide rounds coming out from King of Reason.
No, and no. His main base has no shield generators. There's no main bases anymore. I guess here's the engagement. Finally.
Yo, he's inside the shield. It doesn't matter, dude. You can't waste the Hunter's brand on that. Oh, but he might actually get the shield. If he drops the shield, there's a chance. There's a damn chance. Oh,
Gets
no.
dying breath down.
Dying breath down. Where's
Is there a
the
bulwark in place? He's losing everything again.
Oh no, shield generator came
He's
right
gonna
up.
get that suicide grunt down.
Oh, the bulwark.
That could deal a great
Push
amount of
them
damage
back.
to these.
Kill the hunters.
Deals great amount of damage to those hunters. He's got to keep pushing.
Living barrier. Oh no, devastating.
First time it's ever been useful. He dropped living barrier.
Oh. Shield
You know
generator.
we are way too late in a game when living barrier is a viable option. They have leader points anymore? Or are they maxed out on everything? Please just push up. King of Reason
is 107 out of 120 supply, 3200 supply. I'm sorry, 107 out of 120 pop, 3400 supply, 2600 power. Income is not a problem. 2 bases.
Yoda's at 10,000 resources.
We got
and
raid
8,000
camps.
power.
We got apexes. We got foundries.
With
we got everything.
he's got King of Reason has 0 power nodes on the map.
No.
0 mini bases on the map.
No. What?
Two bases. How in the world is he able to produce all of this?
Big engagement here. Where's
Finally,
the eradication?
he's got some Reavers
drop
in the mix.
Eradication, please, God, just drop the eradication. Win this game. Win it. Drop the eradication. Oh my God, King of Reason, why? He's focusing the main with all the locusts, just saying.
He's glassing those units down.
Ooh, great move.
That's a decent
actually.
play, but he's not able to micro with that.
Oh man. Oh, there it is.
Oh my
Run,
goodness.
you little bastards, run.
Blow up, blow up, blow up.
Oh, so many units do
He's
fall.
got to
The Banshee
push.
Pop is just
He's
too
killed
strong
almost.
right now.
Pat, you're looking at all his units right
I
there.
can't believe
That's
this.
everything. He's got to push.
Locusts are pushing up right now. King of Reason
Is he
was
gonna
waiting
start
for this.
rinsing bases?
No, back up, stop it,
up.
please, just
My
push it.
goodness, they cannot.
Oh no, we have blister backs coming out at King of Reason. Yes. Oh my God.
Blister packs are making their first appearance in Halo Wars 2 ever.
Oh,
Is he putting
why
him
not?
inside the shield gen?
Oh yeah, of course. He's actually setting it up right next to the turret here. It looks like setting it up right. Oh, that is a great spot for that. Blisterback will not be able to get shot there. He's actually got 2 blisterbacks out now. Blisterbacks fully upgraded, guys, are incredibly powerful against all of the units that Yoda has. So, of course.
And Yoda, Pat, again, Yoda's committed strictly to the ground. He's abandoned Banshees at this point, which I think's I don't like that play.
That's what I'm saying, man. All
This
it
is the
takes
time
is a
for
good
King of Reason to go
eradication,
full
man.
pop.
Oh my
Pop
God.
Banshees.
We're about to get 10 minutes in, and Nick and I will be donating $20 to a charity at this point.
Yeah, leave that charity down below. 9 more minutes and $20 going to an environmental agency.
Let's go. Come on, King of Reason. Do it for the planet, man.
He's gonna
oh no, they
get
spot
rinsed.
the blisterbacks here. Blisterbacks are gonna rain absolute hell. Look at that. They can one-shot Locust. That's just ignorant. Oh, so many spirit drops there. Watch out for the vehicle symbionts, brother.
YODA has lost all of his units, Pat.
Oh, the blisterback hell rain fire is ridiculous on these units. Oh no, drop a bulwark, drop a
boy,
bulwark,
here's the
drop a bulwark.
eradication.
Yes, he saved
Wow, the
it. How
bulwark
does he
at the
do
last
that?
second.
How does he do that, man? Every
I have no
time.
idea who's about to win this.
Oh, it's so close, but the shield
Can't
is
tell
still
because he's
up.
got so many invisible units.
Man, the double blisterback and the shield never fell in that. YODA, you just have to keep poking with your Locust. Keep poking.
You'll out-resource him at some point, right?
Oh my God, dude. I can't believe this. King of Reason did lose about 30 supply in that engagement. Or 30, 30 population, sorry. Positioning his Locust very well. Banshees are starting to fly across the map. I don't know what this means for anything. Shroud on the map. Oh, Nick, we're still about 9 minutes away. I see a third blisterback coming out here for King of Reason. I'm gonna drop that right in the front of the base. Oh, fourth blisterback coming out. What? Scarab maybe?
You know what's?
I don't know.
Whoa, what's going on right here?
Oh, we see a push.
He's engaging.
Thank Jesus.
And YODA's gonna push onto this base, but he can't spot them. It's what are you
Oh, the Hunter
doing?
could pick off that Reaver. Oh man, the Reaver's one shot. Oh
My
no.
brain it's on fire right now. These Banshees are probably gonna rinse his base because he can't do anything.
The blisterback Hellfire will be extremely painful for them. Locust in the back applying a lot
He's
of
losing
damage
all
here.
of his units. YODA's lost almost everything.
Oh my God, how is that even possible? The shield generator will fall here.
It's all rinsing.
Blisterbacks are going to continue to rain hell. What is that? Is that a beam? A beam drops again.
He's got a
just
glassing
constantly
beam down.
dropping everything.
Takes out a Reaver. Takes out a Locust.
2 Locusts
Can
will
you take
fall.
out the second Locust?
One shot. He does not get it.
Not yet.
The cloaking generator is still up, of course, so the engineer swarm there will actually reveal those units temporarily. Banshees did come back just in the nick of time, even though there was nothing to kill. 4 blisterbacks.
Tell me this. What's his resources like? He's got to be low. He's got to be almost out.
1100 supply, 2200 power.
Yeah. Okay, so this game's going to end. I'd say within the next 10 minutes. He's pretty much choking him out on resources right now. YODA's absolutely fine. He's got 10,000, 6,000. He's too afraid to engage, I guess, altogether, so he's going to just force him to produce as many units as possible, rinse him. He's going to choke him out with the resource game. And late game needs a new definition, Pat. I thought late game would be that 15-minute mark. No.
Hour 20.
We're at the point of donating money because this game has taken so long.
We just feel bad. The resources we are using to present these videos to you have actually reduced, they're emitted enough CO2 for us to need to donate at this point.
Yeah, we need to compensate for that.
We need to cancel out our emissions here. So that is exactly what we're going to do. It looks like we got hunters going across the map, grabbing power nodes. Solid.
Please tell me this is the final engagement.
He just needs to drop one solid eradication on the back
He's
of that
got
army.
a lot of hunters, though. And the blisterbacks are in such a great position.
Yeah, shield's still up at the moment. Not enough anti-infantry to deal with all these hunters. Honestly, the hunters are barely getting hurt right now. A combat repair is going to be good. Shield drops at last. Ooh, Hunter's
Come on,
brand.
bulwark. You need a bulwark. You
That's
need a
actually
bulwark.
really good. Oh,
There's the
saves
bulwark.
units there.
He dropped all of his units. Again, he's down to nothing. They're all red. You've got to engage at some point if you're King of Reason. It's now or never.
The blister
You've really
backs.
just got to push up.
It's like this is damn Blitz. Look at the damage.
What
All
you're
the
looking at,
hunters.
Pat, is all of his units. He's got to push. This is King of Reason's chance to get back into this game and push us into the 2-hour mark.
Man, those blisterbacks can shoot from there to the other side of the base, it seems like.
I think he understands that if he engages this base, Pat, and loses,
That's over.
it's over.
Yeah, for sure.
So he's just too afraid.
Yeah, King of Reason
Maybe-
only went down to about 90 supply again, dude. Seems like he only loses about 30 pop every single time there's an engagement.
And I just don't understand. I don't think YODA understands. Okay, here goes YODA. He's dropping in some blister bags. This is probably the smartest play he's done in a while. Dropping in some blister bags in a distance, so that way they'll attack the groups when they engage. I like that play. But Pat, how many engineers does he have?
0.
How many reavers does he have?
0.
1. He's got 1 reaver.
Oh,
so
okay,
he's
that's
still
good.
not gonna be able to
Yeah,
spot
that's
this
good, that's
base.
good.
Do rangers spot bases?
Rangers do actually. They're also detector units, so that actually is a big
Okay,
help.
well, thank goodness he's got a few of those.
He's sending the Banshees over here just to see what's going on. Of course, the
Banshees aren't doing
Blisterbacks.
any damage.
Yeah, I think he's just looking at what's going on. Really, I can't see. Oh, back up those hunters! Back up those hunters!
And finally, he's got 3 Blisterbacks. I think this game's wrapping up.
He's throwing down a sensor tower. Interesting.
He's got to engage. He's got to engage from a distance. Is this hunter just going to run around the map and cap all these power nodes?
It might, dude. It's already got 1. It's grabbing 2 right now.
So YODA's now putting down his 4th Blisterback.
Okay, that's solid. That'll
like
be
the
helpful.
play.
Blisterbacks, Locust. You know, you want a lot of Rangers just like he has.
Why did it
It's going
take
back
this
and forth.
long to do something about it?
Oh my god. Oh man, this is like a game of balloons tower defense, dude. That's what it
This
feels
reminds
like to
me of Risk the board game.
Oh
it
my God.
takes 18 hours. You're at a bunch of stalemates, and it means nothing because then you throw the board away before anyone actually wins the game. I'm waiting for one of these players to disconnect. At some point within the hour, there has to be a power surge.
Oh man, look at that
The
blisterback.
That's why the
rain,
sensor
dude.
tower is so crucial, Pat. He's able to rinse them from a big distance with those
so
blisterbacks.
true, honestly.
And again, Yoda's probably going to take 45 minutes to figure out that he needs a sensor tower on his units.
Oh, that's gonna kill
Oh my
everything!
goodness.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it does get a lot of units one shot there. Didn't kill everything, honestly, so I got a little too excited there. But you know, any action at this
Eradication
point
beam
is nice.
is pretty bad, right?
Yeah, I mean,
You should only use it on bases at this point.
yeah, use it on the
It's so slow.
I think what we've gotten to, I think King of Reason is super turtling against Yoda.
Is he super turtling?
I think he's super turtling Yoda in his base.
Who's super turtling who? Because I feel like King of Reason's super turtling, and Yoda is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's got to be Yoda being super turtled.
I think we're witnessing the first ever championship super turtle. Man, that sensor tower is such a good move, dude. I love it.
Yeah, but Yoda, give Yoda 45 minutes. He'll figure that out. That he needs to put as many towers on his base as he possibly can. And this hunter is on. He's on a mission.
Yeah, I see
He's picked up his 3rd power node. How is that? Is that helping?
He's got
King of Reason
4,500
anyway?
power,
Yeah.
4,500 power, 6,000 supply. I mean, constant pressure here. 3 more minutes, and we donate $20 to an environmental charity. Leave your charity recommendation down below. You cannot be your own environmental charity, just to let you guys know. But actually, it could end right here, Nick. We might have to end up saving our money. Big
There's no way
push
he
here.
kills 2 bases in 2 minutes. We're donating $20.
I'm cool with that. That's fine. Oh man, look at the blisterbacks just raining hell upon these wraith tanks.
I think
Man,
it's
those
an
hunters
impossible match,
are
dude.
so
I really don't
strong.
think he can win this.
You need some anti-infantry
Just getting
units.
rinsed. He doesn't. Again, how many engineers does he have? How many reavers does he have? How many rangers does he have? He
Nothing,
can't
man.
spot any of these units, Pat. At this point, is he colony? Hold on, is he colony?
He's colony, man. He's colony.
Okay, go full pop engineer skitterers. Just do it. At this point,
Oh man.
Yoda's fed up. He's selfing a few things on his base. He's going back to Banshees.
Oh no.
I swear if he doesn't put an engineer in this, I'm going to personally boot him from this game.
We got a shield back up on the main
1
base.
minute away, Pat. Big countdown.
Oh my god, look at that. Look how fast these blisterbacks actually drop things, man. Look at that, man. Oh my god, so strong. The funny thing is, too, these blisterbacks are actually, I got a 2-star and 2 1-stars.
What on earth?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Look at them rinsing. They're gaining so much veterancy, Pat. They might be able to hold this off by themselves. And if you think about it, Yoda's losing so many units, he's not able to get veterancy on them like King of Reason is. And it actually could, you know, we joke around, but it could play a real part in this comeback if there is to be one.
Seriously, though. Looks like we see the blisterbacks here moving out from Yoda. Yoda has finally given up on this side of the base. The Super Turtle might be close to over here, but of course, oh my god.
No,
4 blisterbacks there.
Yoda is backing up. He's taking all of his units and he is leaving.
I mean, look at that. Atriox chosen OP, just like I said, will actually be able to rinse this Wraith tank here. Oh, misses that last shot.
And
Oh my God.
Atriox chosen, showing why he is the most
Stay
useless
alive!
unit.
Stay
He
alive!
can't take out that Wraith,
so
can he?
strong! I cannot die, he says. I am the best unit in the game.
Look at this engagement. They're pulling down. He's got the ability to teleport up and also jump up, so it's not too big of a commitment here. Those blisterbacks are also in the air, so they're extremely weak.
Oh, no.
He's going to plant them.
Yep, they start dropping.
Which, now, here's the
That's
time
extremely
for an
helpful.
eradication beam. Here's time for something, because they're all sitting on the ground.
Whoa, peace out, he says. I'm out. Trying to keep all the hunters alive there. Ooh, be careful, man.
16 minutes, Pat.
Hey,
$20 is being
$20.
donated.
Hey.
Yeah, make sure to leave that down below.
Recommended
Chosen,
environmental.
rinsed,
We will make sure to tweet
dead.
out photos of us donating $20.
dead on a pedestal.
All right, so we got all the blisterbacks, the veteran blisterbacks, are in the air now, no longer sitting on the base. I think King of Reason is trying to figure out what the hell to do next. It looks like I see a War Council going down once again, probably for another Atriarch's Chosen, because he needs that, because that's a very crucial unit to this army composition for sure.
If you have 17,000 power and 12,000 resources, why don't you have all your bases upgraded? Why don't you have shield generators on all your bases? Why don't you have your turrets upgraded on all your bases? Why aren't you doing any of this? If it backfires, this, again, I said this at like 30-minute mark, but it would be the biggest collapse ever.
I agree. Yo, man,
I don't know what the point of that is.
You can't eradicate or drop a Hunter's Brand on a shield unit. They will not take damage.
Well, finally, he's
Where are
spotted
the
him, but
supporting
there's a
units?
shield generator there.
Oh no, he might lose all those blisterbacks, which actually could be. Oh, nice!
Yeah, he
As soon
dropped
as I
the
said it,
bulwark.
he's like,
And
hell
those-
no.
He got
Stay
dying breath
alive.
on him as well, I
Dying
think.
breath. Yes, he did for sure. One does fall though. Two are going to fall here. Dying breath is going to keep him alive for a minute, Nick. I think this might be close to all she wrote for this expansion, maybe.
No, I've heard it with the expansion. Yeah, maybe with an expansion.
Oh!
What a play! Can it blow up? It's not going to blow up in time. Again,
Blisterback
wow, it actually
survived
does
too.
a great amount of damage to all those units. And the Reavers are now showing up. Okay, Yoda's going to lose all his units again for like the 30,000th time.
No, colony drop. There we go. Bring in the reinforcements, baby. There we go. That's what I like to see. Here's some aggressive
But he's
engagement
still got
here from
hunters.
Yoda. And he's also got the cloak generator. Just focus that Reaver in the... Yep, just... Oh my god, he just needs to kill that one engineer and that Reaver, and then he's got it. Engineer does fall. Reaver is officially cloaked right now somehow. Yoda is...
He kills that
where
Reaver.
is-
He's not going to be able to spot again.
Blisterbacks are still coming out. What just happened? I'm hearing more noises. Oh, dropping in more units. Of course, shield generator there. Spirit Assault is dropping as well. We're getting a couple Goliaths here. Oh my god, I wish drop a beam on that. Definitely, you need to do that, King of Reason. If you drop a beam here, you could do a lot of damage.
This
Oh, no,
could
the
be it. He
blisterbacks
finally
weren't
got rid of that
set.
shield generator, or that cloaking generator.
Oh my god, this is actually extremely crucial here. The main base is still pumping out plenty of units, but the rally is just not ideal.
And the shield
gen comes
generator's back up. If he gets his units back in that shield, they should be fine.
Put down the blisterbacks. No!
Yeah, he needs to put them down. It looks like fatigue is going against King of Reason here. There's a swarm.
I don't know. He definitely doesn't have bulwark back by now. There are so many engineers in that mixture.
I think we might finally
nope,
see a base
nope.
drop.
More blisterbacks are coming in for the support. We got a couple Reavers
Where
here in the
on
back
earth
as well.
is he getting all these resources?
Macro God style King of Reason. Oh, with the living barrier to cut off everything. The beam
He's got a
does
good
drop.
glassing beam, which
Oh,
is
that's actually so good. All those Banshees will get close to one shot here.
He's
So
got 3 or
much
4 there.
action going on. Oh my god, the Reavers are happening. The Engineer Swarm does lift. Oh,
If Yoda
yes.
loses this, do you just resign?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's backing up. He's backing off. No, he's re-engaging.
No, he's coming back in.
He's
no.
re-engaging.
Oh no, he's coming back in.
And the shield gen's back up because he's not constantly engaging. You have 2, 4, 6, 8 bases on the map. You can surely out-reproduce him at this point. Continuously engage from all angles.
He needs to set those blisterbacks down. For some reason, they are not getting down on the ground. Of course, they would help with the ground units, but also keeping them up in the air is putting a lot of damage on these Banshees at the same time. Lots of these units are falling here. I'm seeing dying breath symbols coming in. Of course, the Hunter Captain is also rinsing the base, which is extremely beneficial. There comes the Bulwark.
Yeah.
Bulwark is going to do a serious amount of damage. How the hell?
I think King of Reason
he
is winning this battle still.
this fight.
He is rinsing everything. And there goes Yoda, tail tucked between the legs, going back to one of his 8 bases on the map. And he's gonna try to figure out some things, Pat. Not enough engineers, not enough spotter units.
I want to see King of Reason take bases, man. Just take out another Expo. Just keep going.
He still has 2 bases, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I mean it's completely invisible on my side of the map, so I do have to ask these questions every once in a while.
Oh my god, man. That Atriox chosen versus the Hunter Garrison. Of course, the Hunter is also applying a lot of damage here to the base. He will be able to take down the shield over time. That actually could be the saving grace here.
That's actually a pretty
YODA.
good play.
That's wonderful.
And he's got blisterbacks right behind it now. And now he's implementing good strategies now instead of just straight up attacking.
I think he's been doing pretty good this game, even though the turtle has been a little bit too strong from King of Reason. Don't know how we don't have a victor yet, if I'm honest. There you go, jumping the one-shot Reavers out of the mix.
And if we get to the 75th minute, let's go ahead and donate $10 more to an environmental agency.
So $30 total. Okay, I feel it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, 75-minute mark. We'll see. Truly, we're seeing here is YODA and King of Reason are actually just trying to support environmental causes.
Applaud them for that. I think maybe they hear us
supportive.
donating this money, and maybe that's what this is all about.
Yeah. Yep.
And if it is, then
muted,
shout out
I
to
guess.
them.
Yep, lots of Hunters here applying the pressure. Of course, too many Banshees in the mix here, of course, but also at the same time, King of Reason, man, he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. He's just keeping his units here in a ball, starting to push them. All the cloaked units here. Suicide Grunts are coming out, so if you push them onto the Hunters here, that would be awesome. Oh, where'd the teleport go?
Out.
He's like, I'm going over here.
He's gonna go take out some of these blister backs, but
end.
that's it. There's the erratic.
No, so
it
many
is finally
units
over.
died.
He has rinsed all of it.
That is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. I think King of Reason resigns.
The resign. Another
Oh
game
my
though,
God.
Pat. It's
Game
not
number
over.
4, YODA has forced it to go to another one. Oh my god. Alright, just give me a sec. Alright, hold up.
And that's it. That's all you need to know. We'll see you in the next game.
Before you 17 bases built to 12. Look at those stats. Units destroyed. 320 units destroyed. I think if anybody deserves the MVP, it would be King of Reason. No words. Just wow. Moving on to game number 4.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're still with us, you're amazing.
Seriously, though.
Shout out to all of you. You already know the deal. These two guys, one doesn't know how to finish a base and the other one knows how to hold a base. We'll see what game 4 holds. Can YODA rally back down from 2-0 and take game number 4, Pat, and push this series into the 4-hour, 5-hour mark? Is it possible?
I honestly think it is. I think anything can happen at this point now. Guys, keep in mind, every hour that each game lasts, we will donate $10 each to an environmental charity of your choice. Like I said, make sure you put it down in the description below. We already have, I believe, $20 already racked up. Now, I'm going to open this up, Nick, if you don't mind. We're going to start up here with King of Reason. Now, King of Reason is already opting in for quick chopper play into Harvester. King of Reason has been grinding all day. He knows how to friggin' win some games, dude. You know what I'm saying? What is your boy doing over there?
Oh, Pat, we're back at it. We've actually got some choppers in the mix. I can't believe I'm so excited to see choppers and grunts. The early game units. I'm so happy to see them. We've got a couple choppers coming out on YODA's side. He's not putting anything on his base right now. He's just got one harvester. He's upgrading it. It looks he's there finally. Put up a second building. It's probably because he opted for that second chopper so quickly.
Yeah,
I don't know if it plays too much of a difference to do that. So, I don't really care for it. I would rather just get that harvester up quicker.
Yeah, and I think what we're gonna see here for sure is looks like double quick chopper off the start for King of Reason.
And there's about to be an engagement already going for that big power.
Oh boy, especially if
no
skitterer there, so that's good. Especially.
And is he gonna get that ram? He missed the ram. Did he get it?
No, I don't know.
I don't know what to think anymore. My brain is mushed together, Pat.
I straight up, I am sitting in my own filth, dude, and it is disgusting. Moving on, we do see chopper number 3 coming out of King of Reason's base. Looks like he might be potentially setting up for something special here. I haven't seen a mini base purchase yet. He could either buy a mini base. There it is right there. So he's going to go for a Harvester 5th here on his main base guaranteed. And what he's going to do is he's going to go for a quick chopper play to try and end this game. He did say that he was trying to step out and grab some beers with the boys, cracking some cold ones open with the boys, if you will. So he is trying to get out of this tournament as quickly as possible. So we'll see if he is able to pull that off.
Why didn't he just resign after he got pinned to 2 bases last game? It would have been over in 25 minutes instead of 65.
I think
I'm dwelling on the past, man. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay, man. You know, I totally understand at the same time. Looks like King of Reason is, yep, there it is. There's the Harvester 5th there. Slightly delayed, I feel like. King of Reason is going to also officially go, I bet you, Harvester here on this mini base. Notice his spread of units on the minimap, guys. He is grabbing all his supplies, getting a lot of vision, grabbing, say, making sure he checks all garrison, things like that, to make sure no funny business happens here from YODA.
And it looks like a pretty standard play here. Well, we might be entering that Super Turtle area again, because we've got some turrets coming down. We've got a double extractor on YODA's base. He's picking up that center. That center expo, or that center mini base.
Yep.
And he's going for another mini base. Yeah, it looks like we're just pushing into that late game.
I'm extremely curious. Okay, so if King of Reason opts for a quick double expo versus YODA's double extractor play, I feel like they're still kind of even at in the game, because, you know, of course they are going to get into a late. Oh, that was a really weird engagement.
Wow, we've got four of them engaging right now.
Yeah,
he's out choppered him.
Yeah, for sure, and I think that's going to be very interesting, because if he doesn't have enough turrets on his main base, then that could be the end all be all, because those choppers with the shrapnel rounds definitely do a significant amount of damage on turrets and such. We do already have...
Second turret comes up in 30 seconds, Pat, so he's got to engage quickly if he's going to stop this turtle.
Yeah, well, I mean, King of Reason did also just purchase his second base, so...
YODA did the same as well.
Yeah,
wow.
So this is looking pretty interesting. King of Reason doesn't even scout that expo. He's actually going to decide to engage this. With that, he could pick off that second turret, I bet.
He's going to find that second base. He's going to accidentally stumble into the base. What? That's going to put YODA behind. Oh my goodness. As I speak, YODA had already picked up. That was YODA's 3rd expansion. He has already picked one up in the top left corner, and it looked like he was trying to be cheeky and take that 3rd. Am I missing something? Is YODA Atriox in this game? He is Atriox. I thought he was still Colony. Okay, we've got makes much more sense. We've got double fortification now.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Goodness, sorry.
King of Reason going 3 bases now, man. That makes a lot of sense. I totally missed that.
No, we're going into it. YODA's going 3 bases too.
Oh no, on the late game we are going to be here for a while, guys. Once again,
go get some food.
List your charities down in the section below, because we need some options here. We're going to be spending a lot of money saving the planet. A big shout out to King of Reason and YODA for supplying us with the motivation to donate to the environmental cause. Just gotta save Earth if you want to play some Halo Wars, man. You know, can't play Halo Wars without Earth.
I don't think anything has been more true ever. Pat, let's put that on a t-shirt. Check the link down below. T-shirts on sale now.
Sponsored by Red Bull. You know, it's pretty normal here. We got a lot of choppers here coming out at King of Reason. Chopper play, as we saw previously, YODA did take down a lot of expansions early on from the chopper play. So, of course, if King of Reason is able to at least assist on that, then that will be extremely good. Of course, if you would apply that pressure early on with these choppers, he could take out a lot of expos. All it takes is 1 base down for YODA, and then King of Reason knows how to capitalize on every little moment.
YODA has 4 bases.
Uh-oh. Because that's actually the first time I think King of Reason has ever been outbased. Ever.
King of Reason falling apart here?
He's got 3 bases. I think he's mentally losing his mind.
Why aren't you taking these choppers? Why aren't you going and attacking some of these side bases? You know that they are there. He's an Atriox. It would be the most stubborn and irrational thought to not know that Atriox is expanding. Guess what? You're Atriox and you're expanding across the map. Guess what the other Atriox is doing? Expanding across the map. Take those choppers that you have so many of, put them to use, and go attack one of these bases.
That's absolutely insane, dude. I think we actually have a little bit of chopper direction coming out. King of Reason. King of Reason's going around grabbing all the power nodes right now. He's just taking advantage of that. I think once he saw that expansion there from YODA, he did immediately buy one himself. Looks like he's going to scout at least one. Dude, I honestly don't think that King of Reason will scout that base for YODA in time. I'm not sure if he's able to do that. I just think he's been playing so differently this entire match, this entire tournament, that I feel like he just wouldn't justify scouting that. Of course, with Yoda
At some
also,
point, you've got to scout though.
well, for sure. Like, I just don't think he'd spot. And I don't know why. I'm just not getting a good feeling about this. Oh, actually, we get immediately a push out here to the mini base that's halfway in between the two expansion slots on that far side for Yoda. Looks like King Reason is going to go see if he can scout that. Now, of course, if he does go a little bit further, he could most certainly detect a base going on. He scouts that, sees nothing's there. Oh, keep driving. Keep driving. He scouts that base. That is so incredibly important here. Of course, Yoda has not upgraded that one yet. It's going to be easy pickings for this chopper army, I guarantee it. A couple hunters could get across the map there. Nick, is he upgrading that base right now?
He is not upgrading that base. I think
there it goes. There goes
actually,
the
he is.
upgrade.
He just clicked it to upgrade it. I don't like the play. I mean, I guess it's going to survive. I guess that's the point of it, right? But I would rather see that invested somewhere else. Well, he's got plenty of extractors now. Pat, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I don't know what to think anymore.
You got mush for brains at the moment. Looks like also back at the home base during this engagement, it does look like King of Reason already has a solid population of Rangers and Hunters. Now, keep in mind, King of Reason is a Atriox main, so of course he is very used to these situations. You're making sure that he definitely knows the situations better than Yoda does, being a colony main. So
why not do this, Pat? We need someone to go. We need to think. We need one of these players to think 2 steps ahead. In the instance of King of Reason, he's got a bunch of choppers. So what do you think Yoda's doing? He's going to his standard Hunter and Grunt squad with a little Rangers in the mix. Go full pop Banshees. Don't expose them. Just go full pop Banshees.
Oh, great pickup here. That's actually such a good play. Ooh, the bulwark there. I don't know if I'd waste it on those few units, man. Don't know if I'd waste on those few. That might be a very.
I think they're setting up for the late game. I don't think it's even going to matter in the grand scheme of things. I think we're in it for a late game again, and I think both players know that.
Get the ram off on those Rangers. There he goes. A little too late on that.
We've got some Locusts in play from Yoda.
Locust will
That's
be
a great
very
play.
helpful. Yep, Locust will most certainly silence some of those choppers as long as they don't get rammed. Hunters do manage to get the pinch off. Believe it or not, King of Reason opting for base number Quattro, if you will, numero Quattro. Doing a great job applying the pressure once again, keeping his choppers all alive. He actually is such a good player that he actually kept a chopper in between all of Yoda's bases. Just one chopper, so that way he could scout the movement path of the Hunters and anything else that might come through that. Of course, node control is in his favor. So, of course, in terms of being even, I would say that King of Reason is a little tiny bit ahead. King of Reason opting for base number 5 right now. That's what it seems like to me. Oh, yeah, he's looking at that thing ready to go.
Yoda's got that 5th base as well. The only advantage that Reason has, power nodes, right? They are such a crucial play, and you can't sleep on them. You can't let your opponent stack up and get so many. Because, look, when we go to the late game, it's all about the War Council, right? Upgrading everything along the line. Yeah, and by upgrading those upgrades, you get leader points, and those leader points play a crucial role in the late game, as we saw in the previous game, and every other game.
Now we see, let's see, 3 bases are upgraded once for King of Reason here, and of course he is upgrading his 4th right now. I guarantee the second one, this one goes live here. As we can see here, lots of power stacking up for King of Reason. Looking at the production tab here, we got 1,000 power just right now, meaning that he is going to most certainly upgrade that base and throw down a couple of shield gens on each one. Of course, having these little things is almost like having little bunkers of sorts across the entire map. You know, you have the shield bubbles. All you got to do is tuck your units inside there, guys, and then you will keep them alive until the shield falls. They are invulnerable inside the shield bubble until it officially goes down and is decompressed. So, as long as you keep your units in there, they will not lose a single inch of health. So it's something that King of Reason knows very well. He's constantly abusing that as much as possible in these engagements, always wanting to bring his fights to his base, as you saw from that last game. If you are still alive and not dead where you sit.
Please don't die. Well, trust me, there's another 2.5 hours left in this 1v1, and you know what? He's doing great on adapting, right? Right now he's got shield gens on all of his bases except one that hasn't fully upgraded yet, but he's got shield gens. He's got turrets on him. He's finally utilizing the shield gens. Finally, I don't know how many times I had to yell it out last game. And he's got a pretty decent army composition here, a bunch of Rangers, a bunch of Hunters. But again, they've got 5 bases each. All the bases are taken on the map. Sit back.
Before the 15-minute mark.
Relax. Maybe pause the video. All right, go get yourself some food. Go take a shower. It's been several hours. Okay? Go. Just thank you guys for sticking with us. That's the point I'm getting at. This is going to be a 5-hour grand finals. And for you to even click on this video with it being 5 hours long, You're a hero. You're the real MVP.
Yeah, you're a trooper, dude. That's a little crazy.
And remember, we're only 49 minutes away from donating more money to an environmental cause. Please leave those down below.
Oh my god, that's right.
He's gonna pick off King of Reason's base. I don't think King of Reason's in any position to stop that, which gives YODA yeah, and there's a sack. He gives YODA a great advantage. YODA needs to pick up that base and start to pinch him in. You cannot let Aatrox start pushing back out.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I think King of Reason wants YODA to engage him. I think he knows once he kills the army at least once.
Yeah, what is he gonna do? Attack the other 6 bases though?
Well, he'll at least get one. You know, every single base counts in this engagement situation. We have a giant
decent-sized
teleport
army,
here.
and he is nowhere near. This could be a great play. I wish they were Locusts though, and right now he's got only YODA. That is, he's only got Reavers. He's got Hunters. He's got really slow units moving across the map. He did get a teleport in, so they're about to show up, and the engagement's about to happen.
Oh no, that's right. Guess what? He's got a telly as well. Suicide grunts do fall, but of course rushing them in there is going to help. There goes the bulwark. Oh, double bulwark here. You need to back up. No reason to engage this. Of course, he's going to stay in his bulwark as well.
They each stay in their bulwark.
Oh man,
forced him out.
YODA did actually walk outside of it. He's going to be able to pinch all these hunters off in a separate section. Of course, constantly hitting that main base at the same time. Oh no, there it goes. The shield does come up. Oh, shield does fall, sorry. Now you just need to skirt around these units and keep melting them as much as possible. Focusing your elite rangers on the hunters is ideal in this situation. Somehow King of Reason is still okay right now. It's so incredible. King of Reason does know that there are double shield generators in the back of the base, so of course if they do drop, then that is not a good situation. I'm sorry, if they do come back up, then he is going to have to leave.
You've got to pretty much walk away from that.
And he knows that. He knows that right now. He says, "Oh well."
He's not even gonna. Well,
yeah, I'm gonna try to get this one. You know, just cause him to lose a little bit of money. Whatever. Oh, it's walk.
All right, and then I'm out. Peace. See you in 45 minutes.
That was so incredibly awesome. That teleport, I was just not ready for that. Of course, doing that does indeed force YODA to back up. So, once again, you are down 1 base right now for the first time in the entire tournament. What do? You send a unit out and you immediately grab that 5th base expansion again. Looks like he's going to be able to set up and grab that. Of course, also grab the mini base in the process. Not too bad. Not too shabby, if you will. Also looks like King of Reason is just opting for some simple... He's not doing anything fancy. I don't see a single turret on any base yet. Just all kinds of shield generators with his 5th base just now coming up. In terms of production, if we take a look at a couple buildings here, we do have triple foundry coming up on a main base. Or on the expansion, sorry. Nothing for production on the main base. Double or triple raid camp on one expo, and then it looks like Apex War Council on others. So he can do whatever he wants at this point.
I think a great strategy, actually, this might sound strange, but based on the unit composition or the army composition that YODA's going, if Reason goes full pop Locust and teleports them in when maybe the hunters are attacking one of his stall bases, he could probably rinse 3 or 4 bases all at once. Because those hunters aren't going to make it back in time for that. Sure he could teleport. Then you've got Bulwark, you've got plenty of options to stay alive for as long as you can while you rinse bases, and you've got 5 bases, so then you would outproduce them into the late game and get more Locusts up, or counter units up. Maybe switch into Banshees at that point. A lot of things that can be done if he goes Locust, though.
Yes, for sure. And, you know, I really hope that that you guys, if you haven't yet, have gone out to the store and invested in Microwave, grabbed a bunch of Pop Secret. Because, as Nick said, this game is going to be a doozy. What?
Scarab!
What?
50 seconds out!
Where is it?
YODA is invested in a Scarab.
Oh, God.
50 seconds out. That could be crucial. Or it can lose him the game. Hopefully it wins him the game, or hopefully it loses him the game, and hopefully it doesn't stall out late game. The new definition of the late game, the 65-minute mark.
I don't
Scarab!
know. I see at least 7 hunters here for King of Reason and a lot of Banshees. Actually, not a lot of Banshees. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Locusts, actually. Nick, he's listening to you in the party chat. I'm going to actually opt for something. I'd say if he had a couple more hunters, he'd be okay. I'm just really worried about him not scouting this in time. Of course, there's no way in hell that Scarab's getting across the map without King of Reason knowing. What's happening? What's happening? Are you okay? What's happening? Do I have to call somebody?
It's only 1 Scarab. Thank goodness. He's got Aatrox Chosen coming out in the background. I thought he queued up a 2nd Scarab. I almost lost everything. It almost all came out of me there. Oh man, we've got Chosen coming out pretty soon here. I mean, the most useless unit possible, but I guess you have to spend your money at some point, right?
Yeah. One thing to note is that it does look like King of Reason here is actually going to get set up on the shield bridges. Uh-oh. Yep, there's a little army pushing out there. King of Reason does spot that.
He needs to keep that Scarab at a distance, but not... Okay, Scarab hasn't been spotted yet. Let me know if it does get spotted on the mini map.
Of course, it looks like King of Reason did just activate the light bridge. We have about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can't count. It looks like 10 to 11 locusts in this army
see a bunch of
walking
base
across the
trades
light
here.
bridge. Yeah.
That Scarab's not going to turn around. You also can't teleport that Scarab, which is important to note. So you've really, and the Scarab's doing spins right now because it's an incapable unit.
Yep.
But you did go with him, so now you got to stick with him.
So here's what's about
Here
to
we
happen. We're about to get a 5 base trade happening.
And then they're all going to switch sides.
Locusts are way better. You know, locusts are way better.
Locusts are going to win this. The Scarab is a terrible choice. I love the fact that he went Scarab, but it's a terrible choice. He goes.
My God.
All it takes is for King to go a bunch of Banshees. I think this game's over. Hopefully, it's decided here. I mean, look how slow that Scarab is. No, you can't split up your Rangers at this point in your Hunters. He's bringing his Rangers and his Hunters back.
That doesn't matter.
I think he realizes it might be over.
Yeah, you're not.
This is the play we were looking for, wasn't it?
This is exactly it. Capitalizing on Yoda's mistakes.
We were hoping.
Yep.
As soon as he pushes, you come in with a bunch of locusts and you sweep.
Yep.
And finally, it's over.
Tries to bulwark. Oh no, man! Looks like I'm gonna be paying attention to the Allied side here, on a yellow side. Sorry. Looks like the Scarab did officially take down one base, but guess what?
Got to push. Got to keep going. You're taking too long.
King of Reason's
You're not moving.
Walking through everything at this point, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's not moving.
Oh,
I think he might have given up. Finally, the Scarab is moving to the second base. It took him 30 seconds to figure out what he was doing. In the time the Scarab took out one base, to give you an example of why you never go Scarab, the Locust took out 2.
Yep,
it's
exactly.
Over. There's zero way he can turn around and face this. He's full pop right now, Pat. So, I mean, what's he going to do? He can't do anything. I think we have... I mean, after a fantastic series, I think it's over.
I honestly think that this might be the championship move. Of course, there will be a crazy base trade and focus down into one big engagement in the end, but there's no way to tell until it actually happens. Of course, Shield Gen does fall on base number 3 here for Yoda.
Scarab is slow. Scarab has dropped the shield. Yes! It's taking forever.
Does look like King of Reason is just going to walk through yet another base. This is base number 3 falling. I'm surprised he's not buying bases at the same time, just to keep everything going. Yoda might have realized he just made a $50 mistake right there. Of course, there's an expansion coming up there for Yoda already. Engineers in the mix here will assist with the spot as well as Rangers. They will be able to drop yet another base in a matter of seconds. Looks like right now we are, 2 or 3 bases to 3 once again. Base trade is at an even standstill.
No, Yoda's got 1 base left. Once that base drops, he's got 1 base left.
Okay,
it's over.
So King of Reason's going to opt in to purchase these bases here on the side. I guarantee it. Yep, it looks like he's coming over here to purchase this one. There it goes.
No. Reason doesn't realize that Yoda has a base on the top.
I don't think so.
He's gonna walk away from it.
He does see it on the map. He does see it on the map right now.
Well, I mean, okay, he needs to, because what is he gonna do? Engage a Scarab with Locust? You're not gonna do it. Go attack the bases. You're gonna outlast him on the economy side. And that Scarab's actually taking a decent amount of damage from those raids.
Could most certainly focus it. Here comes everything back. Yoda is about to realize it is.
He's gonna drop that
dude.
bubble though.
Well, look how fast he can just melt this Scarab, dude. It's already half health. There goes the dying breath. Needs to drop the bulwark there. Scarab's trying to run, but look at it. There's the bubble.
Scarab has nowhere to go.
Yoda,
it's over.
This is it for you, my friend. Excellent play there in the beginning. I love the Scarab opportunity, but honestly, going the Uber units just never pays off against these highly skilled players. Excellent job there.
It's this way, right? He went for the trump card. He went for the Joker play, right?
Yeah.
He wanted to get that wild card out there, and you got to commend him for that. I mean, who would have thought that? Well, I guess you and I came to the conclusion that locusting the base when he moves up with the soul units is the best play, and it actually turned out that way.
Yep.
But a Scarab if you put this in one of the quarterfinals or the semifinals, this play could have worked. As we saw earlier in the take some notes series, the Condor play could have worked if it was utilized properly.
Right.
It just so happened that King of Reason went the perfect counter to combat that slow unit. So you got to give it up for Yoda. It was a great try for doing that Joker play, but it's over, Pat. We are just moments away from crowning our first ever and probably our last ever 1v1 champion presented by none other than BtC Presto.
Shouts out to
Shout
BtC
out to
Presto. The reason behind all this. Nah, I'm just playing. He doesn't do it. Anyway, here we go. We're going to get the Locust and push across the map here. King of Reason, of course, sitting on 5 bases like always. If you guys have stuck it out for this long, or at least skipped your way through, thank you so much for watching this incredible tournament. Huge shout out to everybody who participated. Thank you so much for doing this. This has been it's been a great time. A little bit of drama doesn't slow down the awesomeness. Of course, the best players in the world did come out and participate. Huge shout out to our donators as well as our Discord mods. Thank you guys so much for supporting our community and our cause.
And also, Pat, if I may, again, shout out to the Torres family. We wish you the very best and a speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
And I think this is the final engagement of the tournament, Pat.
I think so too.
It brings a tear to my eye.
That eradication was
happy.
dedicated to the Torres family for certain, as well as the environmental charity that we'd be donating $30 to. It looks like the Locust play could drop Yoda's base here.
And
no,
Pat, you know what? If you've made it this long,
wait a second.
Gooba in the chat.
Oh God.
Leave it down below.
The game's not over.
Why not?
Because the hunters are killing the Locust.
Yeah, but he's got no resources.
The Locusts are dying.
No, please end it.
The hunters are.
Don't spite us.
The hunters are killing everything. They're cloaked. Yoda doesn't want to lose yet. No, run away.
Why isn't he attacking this? There he goes. He's turning around.
No, he's like, all right, okay. Whatever.
Look, I mean, he's outmassed
Suicide
him on
on the base. Look at that. We got Hammer Brutes coming out.
You know, unless this turns into the other situation where Yoda ends up turtling for so long, but
Nah,
I mean, I imagine
nope,
locusts are just pouring across the map. Guess what? Yoda did pick up a base. Of course he did, because he wants to prolong this as long as he possibly can. Pat, any parting words from this tournament?
I just want to once again give a huge shout out to the BtC community, not only the guys in the Discord and everybody else who supports us, but also the YouTube channel, especially.
Yeah, absolutely.
The difference between the last tournament, we had under 1,000 subs, to now we have over 3,000. It is definitely huge. So many more eyes are seeing our content, and there's nothing more incredible than that, and that just blows our mind that say we make videos and you guys enjoy it. I hope you're sticking with us here. E3 is coming up soon, so of course expect our Halo coverage for that, as well as more Halo in the future. We're going to see if we can do more tournaments like this, obviously, as long as we keep getting these awesome turnouts and awesome support from you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know the last Grand Finals tournament video was the most watched video on our channel to date. So I'm hoping that we can also see that with this. I'm sure we will with the crazy players and crazy games that we have gotten in this tournament. So anyway, Nick, that is all I had to say. I feel like King of Reason's about to walk up and just melt the face.
It's over. I guess I'll end on these final words. Again, thank you so much. And if you enjoyed these tournament videos and you want more, let us know. We don't ask for likes, but in this Grand Finals, let us know. Are you interested in more Halo Wars 2 competitive? If you are, leave a like. If not, again, leave that dislike. That's what it's there for. Let us know either way on your opinion. And again, thank you so much. We appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving us. It's overwhelming. It's fantastic. And I couldn't be happier that we have grown this little community.
It's crazy. I think that's it. I think this is all she wrote. There goes the bulwark on the Locust.
It is over.
Yoda's base is gonna fall.
Got the beers.
Time for some beers, boys. Crack a cold one open for the boys. All right, wait, crack open a cold one. How do they say it? How do the kids say it these days? I don't know. I'm not a meme lord.
I don't know. Check the Discord.
We're gonna
because we have memes all in there just for you guys.
Yep. We are going to jump into the final stats post game tab here. Looks like bases built. Yoda did go one less. And he only killed 2 bases, whereas King of Reason dropped all 11 of Yoda's. And of course, we hop over to the next page as well. We will see, once again, King of Reason dominating literally everything, even units lost overall, even though it's not highlighted star there because Nick and I, of course, are perfectionists. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this tournament. Get excited because after this, we have a 2v2 tournament coming up, and then we might have a nice little hiatus from Halo Wars tournaments. So, let us know in the comment section below if you like. Tell us the environmental charity of your choice.
$20 going to it.
$30.
We'll see you guys next time.
$30.
Love you.
Pinching pennies. God. All right.
Peace.
Peace.
30? Oh, sorry.
Peace.
Bye.